We are ready to go, it's about to get wicked. I take a ride for a spin, buckle up, I'm addicted. You and me any day, boy, I ain't lying. Baby, let's run away, I am on fire. And you know what you get once you get me started. I love the way we roll, I love the way we roll. I'll never let you go, I'll never let you go. I'm loving every time we roll. Live it up, we never ever get bored. Just the way that we roll, singing ayo, ayo. Never stop, we gonna do what we're told. Just the way that we roll, singing ayo, ayo. We could run this city together. Wanna get to know you better. Live it up, we never ever get bored. Just the way that we roll, singing ayo, ayo. They can say what they want, but we ain't gonna listen. We forget about the world every time that we're kissing. You and me any day, boy, I ain't lying. Baby, let's run away, I am on fire. And you know what you get once you get me started. I love the way we roll, I love the way we roll. I'll never let you go, I'll never let you go. I'm loving every time we roll. Live it up, we never ever get bored. Just the way that we roll, get bored. Never stop, we gonna do what we're told. Gonna do what we're told. Singing ayo, ayo. We could run this city together. Wanna get to know you better. Live it up, we never ever get bored. Just the way that we roll, singing ayo, ayo. The way we roll, the way we roll, the way we roll, the way we. You and me any day, boy, I ain't lying. Let's run away, I am on fire. What you get once you get me started. Live it up, just the way that we roll, get bored. Never stop, ain't gonna do what we're told. Gonna do what we're told. Singing ayo, ayo, ayo. We could run this city together. Wanna get to know you better. Live it up, we never ever get bored. Never ever get bored. Ayo, ayo. The way we roll, the way we roll.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Citizens are advised to take the following steps. Stay alert to news media events or local emergency alert notifications. Avoid contact with the infected. If evacuation is impossible, move indoors and initiate in-place sheltering. Use a gas mask, or if none are available, cover your mouth and nose with a clean cloth that has been soaked with a solution of 1 cup water and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Also, cover bare skin and make sure that cuts and abrasions are covered. If exposed, remove clothes and seal in a plastic bag. Immediately wash off using copious amounts of warm, soapy water or a diluted 10-to-1 bleach solution. Since biological agents are being used to combat the outbreak, be sure to shut the windows and air intake vents to your shelter. If possible, stay upwind from the source of biological agents. Seek medical attention as quickly as possible after coming into contact with the infected or a biological agent. If evacuated, do not return home until local authorities say it is safe. Upon arriving home, open up all the windows and doors to provide natural ventilation. Do not attempt to try mechanical ventilation, such as electric fans, as an explosive threat may be present. Find out from local authorities how to clean up your land and property. Discard food and water supplies that were impacted by the hazardous material contamination. This is the emergency broadcast system.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulders, a heart full of blues out in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been a real bad boy. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone out there? We're survivors held up in a warehouse. The zombies have overrun the city. Supplies are running short. Is anyone out there? Please, we need help. We're almost out of food. The zombies have been beating on the doors day and night for weeks now. I'm not sure how long we can keep them out. Hello? We need help.
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me cheap. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
there is still no word on a cure for the virus, government officials report the virus is not airborne, but can be transferred through contact with blood and other bodily fluids. The virus seems to be making people uncontrollably violent, and also somehow seems to be reanimating the dead. When asked, a White House spokesman declined to comment on whether or not this was a terrorist attack. Due to the violent nature of the ones infected, the virus is spreading rapidly. Government officials are reporting that there is no known cure for the virus and is urging citizens to stay in their homes and avoid contact. Citizens are also urged to lock and barricade all doors, windows, and any other point of entry. Riots nationwide are prompting local governments to declare martial law. The president is asking that citizens find safety and remain calm. Authorities are working on a plan to contain the outbreak.
I can't get it, diamonds so pearls, and I'm gonna take you traveling the world. But I can love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got, the fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die. Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Slayer Wolf and Nifty Original are warriors that were forged in the fires of the riots caused by the zombie virus outbreak, a virus that claimed and decimated the human population. However, a resistance has begun led by Slayer Wolf, Nifty Original, and thousands of other survivors. Now they fight against all odds for the survival of the human race, with the zombie hordes attacking on all sides. The only way to provide available intel is by a Zombie Network News. Tune in for the latest news from the front of the resistance efforts. Zombie Network News is presented by FlyingPhoenixPCs.com. Get an affordable custom PC using coupon code ZNNUB on behalf of ZNN and reporting from separate, undisclosed locations. Here are your hosts, Nifty Original and Slayer Wolf.
All right, good morning, guys. Sometimes I wonder if I need to sit here and just do it like a test to see if you guys can hear me or not. But it does look good today. Good morning, guys.
Sounds great today.
I appreciate everybody for being here as usual. Welcome to Zombie Network News, sponsored by and powered by, of course, Flying Phoenix PCs. We appreciate you guys for being here. Good morning. Good morning, Slayer. How you doing today, man?
Doing great, guys. How's everyone out there? Morning, KG.
I started a few minutes early just so we could intro what's going on, and then we can go right into listening to the space. We are going to be, for the first hour or so at least, we're going to be just listening to the Twitter space. That is Cyber Crew, it is Mech, and it is Chem Beasts, as well as Undead Blocks, of course. So we'll have Grant there. We'll be listening to that, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. That's really all I want to do was get to that, introduce that that's what we're going to be doing for the first hour, so you guys don't think that we're just randomly not staying here and not paying too much attention. We are paying attention. We're just probably not on screen. Let's go ahead and shoot over to it and try to find it.
I'm gonna share my screen if you want to.
Oh, I'm pulling it up already. Remember I went and I had this awesome PC sponsored just so I could do all of this.
No, I meant for so I can run some Undead Blocks while we listen.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Actually, I have it set up for that. You'll see that I have a nice new screen here just for our Twitter Spaces.
Sweet.
I'm
X.
spending my time. What I need to do though, I actually really literally need like another full day or two of just putting stuff in. Like last night, I downloaded Adobe Premiere, so I can start doing some like of my own commercial type of stuff.
Nice.
So hopefully I can make that worth it before the $31 a month hits.
Yeah, get in a few hours before you got to start getting juice for it.
Now hopefully I can start getting in a few dollars before I have to start
Yeah.
putting a few dollars out for it. It would be really
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
to have it prepaid before the actual payment starts.
That would be sweet.
Good morning, KG. We appreciate you. Good morning, Azanite. We appreciate you. Good morning, Owned. I was about to say good morning to the bot.
We appreciate Owen too.
we
Give them love.
we appreciate our bot for all the work that it does. I am tired, guys. I literally climbed out of bed like 15 minutes before this. I'm actually still in my pajamas. So as soon as this space goes, I'm gonna go put real clothes on, and when you guys would see me later, I will have real clothes on. Be kind of nice. I'm more comfortable in real clothes than my pajamas. So, I am signed in on Zombie News Network, so I'm gonna have to copy and paste the space address. It's gonna be the what happens. Okay, that worked. All right, here we go, guys.
Undead Blocks billboard or whatever, giving out some free stuff every now and then. So, what's up, though, Cyber Crew? How's it going over there?
Hey, buddy. It's a beautiful morning, and I'm really excited for this week and, the holidays. I think a lot of people might already know what we're up to, but I think they'll be surprised. We're up to a lot more than that.
All right. Well, damn, I'm excited to hear about it in a little bit. Yeah, this week, I'm excited too. A lot of people are coming over here into town. A lot of things going to be happening. We're actually planning a big spaces for next Wednesday that we're going to do during, this whole event. I'm sure Undead Blocks is going to be a part of it. I'm sure you guys are going to be a part of it too over there at Cyber Crew. So, all right. Looks like we're filling in. Waiting for one more of our guests, Land Vault, and we'll get this thing started. But while we're here, Cyber Crew, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about you guys? And one thing is that we know you're not a game. Like tell us what it is.
I love that. Yeah, no, I appreciate, the stage and being here, and I love the people I'm up here on the stage with. Y'all are amazing. I love what everybody's building, and it's really like about building, which I love. To talk about a little bit what Cyber Crew is, what we're doing. I'm glad you said that because a lot of times people just kind of assume you're making a game, but really we're kind of focused on a very more niche way of doing things where we're focused on cross-platform interoperability and kind of a new way of digital in-game assets. Because if you tie it with the blockchain and you know what you're doing like we do, you can really put the ownership of the assets in people's hands. And where that differs from kind of traditional gaming right now is you can spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on in-game items that are only able to be used in that one game. And if they update the game or there's a new version, you've lost all of it, right? So with Cybercrew, basically your assets are on chain and interoperable across multiple platforms.
Right. Yeah. That's what actually impressed me from the start. The fact that you guys aren't even really trying to go like between chains like that as much as deal directly with the, Unity or Unreal. Like you guys get down into it. You don't want to mess around with the games. Let's see. Zachariah, or what is it? Am I saying it right? Zacharias. I want to introduce you. You guys are doing something very cool when it comes to land, this whole metaverse, everything that we're all infatuated with. I mean, that's the next big thing. So we do a lot with land over here at Mech. I want to hear a little bit about you guys and your take on it. Not everybody's doing the same thing as we are.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's cool to be here, guys. Kind of give you a little sneak peek what we're doing. So, Land Vault. I mean, our big thesis, right? We want to accelerate the development in the metaverse. And basically, what that means is we're kind of finding a way to speed up the process of turning land into like legitimate experiences, right? So games, shopping, everything you can really think of, honestly, that you can put in a 3D digital space. That's what we're kind of helping brands and businesses get into. I mean, the hard thing about it, right, is the process is slow. You know what I mean? Like we often in our marketing and stuff, we pitch ourselves because we're the biggest, metaverse builders, especially in the sandbox. And part of that process is just, manually working with brands and building out the experience, right? Going through the project management and all that. But what we're working on in the back end, it's kind of part of our, our metaverse stack, as we like to call it, is a way to really like automate that process, right? Speed it up to where, we're instead of building, the first couple hundred experiences like we have now, we're going to have, potentially thousands and thousands, if what we're building comes to fruition. So it's kind of a little sneak peek. I can't really say much about it. You know what I mean? I get in trouble, but yeah, it's cool to be a part of it. As a gamer myself, like I love what you guys are doing. I've been poking around in projects and stuff. So yeah, it's just cool to network, cool to be here.
Hey, awesome. Great hearing that. Love what you guys are doing too. I mean, I want to talk more a little bit about the land later on in this spaces. But before that, Undead Blocks, Kyle, why don't you say a few interesting words? I know you've always got a lot to say.
Yeah, we're just happy to be here. Continue to build out in the space. Of course, if he wasn't in Nashville with us, like David and some of the others except here, or coming up here, KG's in here. It looks like Jason's down there. WT's here. There's quite a few people here. Crypto Dead Life. Had a great event there. Just really excited to go to Miami, see what's happening down there. I don't think that, unfortunately, we're going to be doing anything as in tournament-wise there. But I will be down there, so it's going to be just out there seeing what events are already happening, what's going on. So real excited to see what's going on there. Us ourselves, we're just building. I got to actually test a little bit more multiplayer this morning. That was a new upload. That was pretty cool. So be looking out for the people that did sign up for the beta testing. You might be getting an email saying that, hey, you got selected. So be checking that out here soon. I think that'll be coming out next week after the holidays here. We're just doing all that we can, all hands on deck. Continue to build out for the multiplayer, get it tested out, and get it dropped hopefully the end of the year, if not first week of January, with the full wave-based survival that's going to be 100% endless. So that's right now what we're doing. We got a large GameStop drop that's going to be dropping December 1st. Make sure you check that out. That's going to be huge. We also got a large announcement that we're going to be announcing. It'll be a little later. It'll be closer to the end here, another hour or so, that we're going to be announcing out. That's pretty cool. So just glad to be here and glad to see everybody coming out. Let everybody know that you're here and retweet the room. We might be doing some giveaways here closer to the end and get a large announcement that'll be coming out.
Oh man, love to hear that. I'm hyped up already. One thing that I always like talking about and that makes me feel comfortable up here is when all the speakers are gamers. I mean, shit, like I feel like I'm right at home right now, and that's actually something that I want to talk to all of you guys about. I mean, making these a fun experience. That's something that I talk about in every single spaces. I actually want to ask you over there at Land Vault. I mean, your take on it, because Mech, Undead Blocks, like what we're doing. These are games, and you have a different take on it. I want to know how you guys make that fun.
That's a big, I don't know, like a big shout out to our builders, right? Like a lot of what we do is, I mean, we're working with brands and stuff on the the back end, kind of like bringing them into the space, and it's a lot. It looks different, and pretty much anybody's take on it, right? Like, if I'm Coca-Cola, I got a lot different take than somebody like Snoop Dogg, right? But for especially things like like the Sandbox Alpha Season 3, right, where there's so much more integration with gaming and gaming mechanics, like it's a big deal for our builders, because these guys they're having to adapt and learn this process, right, and kind of putting all their skills and what they're learning to the test by really trying to build out some of these features that are really unique, right? Like in the Sandbox, they had just added kind of like swimming mechanics, right? So consider that when you're when you're building in a blockchain game, like the more sophisticated it gets, the harder it really gets to build. But on our end, we have some of the best builders in the world, right? So I mean, these guys are, they're killing it, right? They're bringing in their skill sets to onboard, literally the biggest brands you could think of.
New
And
round,
the
fresh
interest,
meat.
though, like this is the part that kind of blows my mind. Like the interest in not only just like the metaverse, but blockchain in general. Like I've done a lot of research, as part of my workflow, and the interest in just blockchain gaming is unbelievable. And the thing I kind of see as really the killer for the space going forward, because I'm a forward-looking guy. Like I've a lot of my research is 2030 and beyond, right? Like where we can. That's where everyone really wants to know. It's the integration of some of these bigger gaming companies with the in the weeds projects. Kind of like Mech and Undead, seeing what you guys are doing, and I think the partnerships and the networking and integrations between projects like you guys, right, and then us as builders, bringing in the brands. The interest is there, right? And I think what we're going to be doing, a few years from now, it's going to be unbelievable. Like that's kind of how I see it. I like to think of it from a future perspective, but making the things fun, right? Like it's all about the user experience. The more successful we are at making these experiences like enjoyable for people, the more users will come, and then the flywheel effect starts to head off, and that's where you get the the exponential growth and things like that, which we all benefit from, right? So, little 2 cents, I guess, on it, but yeah, I mean that's kind of our perspective on the space, at least at the moment.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I love how that went from fun to marketing and the big boys and just getting everybody shock and awe. Look at these guys, at least they're doing something really big, and that's what gets a lot of listeners to end up supporting you. So you know what you're saying, and that actually gives me confidence to really look more into you and what you guys are doing. I want to ask you, we got 2 Kyles up on stage, everybody. We got Kyle from Mech, Kyle from Undead Blocks. What's up, Kyle? I don't even want to say 1 or 2, just what's up, Kyle?
I mean, it's going to be a good space when you have both Kyles on there. So that's just a recipe for success.
You got that right. You got that right.
But yeah, Kyle, while you're up here, I definitely want to pick your brain on this. Let all of our listeners know, why I think you're so impressive. What's our take on it over here when it comes to fun in the game and making everything mesh together?
So I mean, fun is the number one priority. When it comes to making games, I think that's for those of you who have heard me talk in these spaces before, I'm probably one of the biggest proponents out there of like ditch the play and earn and focus on the fun, because fun is scalable. Fun brings in more people, and guess what? You can't earn if nobody's playing your game. So, like, I don't care what kind of value prop that you have. Look no further than the yield-bearing tokens that are just collapsing left and right. People who come in and suck an ecosystem dry, whether it's DeFi or GameFi, lose every single time. And so you need to focus on a completely different value prop. What's interesting is just like I have a lot of conversations with venture capital funds and some pretty big ones. And what's fascinating, what's really, really fascinating, and this is honestly within the last 7 days, even as recent as yesterday, is these guys, despite obviously they're doing more due diligence, the funds are moving more methodical, being very cautious, and obviously dealing with the contagion of the FTX fallout and everything that kind of drags down with it. These guys firmly believe that Web3 gaming is going to be one of the main paths forward when it comes to what pushes Web3 forward. Like, they've been on record for saying that, and that's one of the most fascinating things to hear is, because gaming is, it's one of those things that brings people together, it drives a community, and, it does really, gamers, to their credit, are really true ambassadors of technology. They're going to be the ones to figure out, like when retail comes on, it's the gamers that will figure out NFTs before like the regular normie type people. And so, being a game that focuses on those aspects and encompasses those things. So low and an easy learning curve is a big thing. And, making sure that the game is like, for us at Mech, we focus on easy and replayable games, ones that are addictive. For those of you who haven't heard me before, one of the things that we're focusing on at Mech is, having a style of gameplay that you can play standing in line at Starbucks waiting for your drink where they pronounce your name wrong. And, that's very important to us so that when, you get that drink, you can sit back down and continue playing the game without interruption. The second piece to that is then aligning yourselves to technology that lowers the barrier to entry. So there's going to be, we're not going from Web 2 to Web 3. There's going to be like a Web 2.5, probably only in whispers only. It's not going to be an official thing. But that's going to be where we start to integrate Web 2 technology, or at least it looks like Web 2 technology, but it's Web 3 technology. And, it create an experience that is similar to the one that we've had before. And, I talk about this quite a bit, is like when we went from Web 1 to Web 2, there wasn't like an official announcement in the New York Times and all of the world headlines that were like, we have officially moved to Web 2. Nobody knew. The same thing can be said when we go to Web 3. There's not going to be, Elon Musk every day, we're officially in Web 3. We're in Web 3 all over Twitter. It's not going to happen. It's going to be a seamless transition. And so it's using technology that makes that experience easy. Because right now, one of the problems, like two of the main problems that are being run into in Web3 gaming is one, token economies. There really hasn't been an example of sustainable token economies. We're getting close. I think we're inching closer every single day. I think some of the quote unquote solutions that people have are really no more than Band-Aids because, no game, with the exception of Axie Infinity, and look what happened with that, has scaled to a level that has really stress tested an in-game economy. And when I'm talking about stress tested, I'm talking about one that does mainstream game volume type movement through the ecosystem. We haven't experienced that yet. It's just not a thing. And then, what did I say? So token economy, and I lost my train of thought.
Oh, good. It happens to me all the time. Sometimes I'm actually just talking, transition to something else, and then remember my first thought and go right back to it. But
yeah,
the beauty about these spaces, people don't even remember, and as soon as you start talking again, it's like it never happened.
Yeah. So, I with that, I'll yield because I just completely blacked out. So, that's kind of my piece. Stay tuned for point 2.
Right. Oh man, left it on one hell of a cliffhanger. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely gonna wait. And while I've got the floor, I want to make an official announcement, guys. Right now, we are in Web 3. That's right, Web 3 right now, and we're not going back. We're never going back. This new technology is awesome, and it's gonna make it all better. And that's something that I actually want to ask you guys about at Undead Blocks. Kyle, we're gonna keep it on theme with the Kyles right now, and what do you think about all that? Web 2 to Web 3, or is it Web 3 to Web 2? Are we gonna have to bring this tech to those other games to make them comfortable, or are we gonna try to lure those gamers out with this fancy new stuff that we're doing over here?
I think you'll have to dusting of both. The whole space is going to be built different. You've got people that's building in all different areas. We've got partners that's building in all different areas, pushing out to different crowds, people that's coming in. You see more and more people from the Web 2 space, even on the corporate side, that's starting to come in. Even the VCs, such as what the other Kyle spoke of there. Like literally everybody I speak to that is any kind of gamer knows about this space. Not all of them are in here yet. We've got this wall still. I think that we are knocking it down pretty efficiently, especially what's happened in the markets and stuff, unfortunately, because we're still all building. A lot of us here, Mech, I know Cyber Crew, Landval, I'm sure everybody in here that has a project still building. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people out here that's still here. And people just know what is going to happen when that clicks. We're going to continue to bring out these things in these real live person events. I thought that Nashville was a major hit. You were there, David. Some of the other in the crowd was there. That just to be a first of many that's coming up. I think that's going to help. I think that's going to help do a little bit of both also, because we had both crowds there at that event. That's what I'm going to be looking for in time of setting up with these venues. And just, it's going to take a little time. I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody's still kind of on the fence. You've got some that's jumping over. You've got some that's climbing. You've got some that's going halfway up and then falling back off. You've got some that's making it over and then jumping back over. There's all kinds of different scenarios that's happening. So when we get them to where it's more at a secure place, that's a big thing that we're starting to pull in, I think, and I want to do more in these in-person events is the security, get people what they might need, whether it's information, whether it's products, whatever it might be, to where they can feel more secure. They can, at one point in time, know that there's nothing to it besides just coming in and playing the game. That's why we've made it so frictionless. When they want to know more about it, that's completely on them. That's how we were at Nashville also. That's another reason that I love these in-person events. There were so many people that come from the venue and stuff that knew nothing or had just heard about Bitcoin like on Fox or CNN or MSNBC or from somebody that, that really didn't know or need to be explaining. That was pretty cool. Also, at the same time, them not even having to know any knowledge about it, which I think every single person that we talked to had heard of Bitcoin now. So that's not everybody might be into it, but at the same level, it lets them know that there's so much more that's being built. There's so much more development. There's so many other avenues that's being built out. They see gaming, and you talk about real estate. You talk about all other avenues that's being built out, and these people, you see it in their eyes, and it's like, what? It's like, yeah, this is legitimately here, just like it. Nashville, we told them, yeah, come play our game. It's 100%. We're giving out $7,500. That blew people's minds. Doing more things like that, getting out. I think that we will continue to get those people that need to come in, and also the people that's in Web3 that need to go and grab those people, I guess, by their shirt collar and bring them in, or whatever needs to be done. I agree with almost everything that was said. I think that it's just everybody will do it at their own kind of little way as people learn and people come in. It's just giving them the avenues and the different places in the different corners to where they can turn and come in.
Right. Very, very well said. I completely agree. Sometimes it is easier just to, grab someone and be like, yeah, here, play the game. It's awesome. But when it comes down to it, you can't do it that way. And there's companies like Land Vault, companies like you guys, like us. We've got, in-house marketing teams actually doing things right. You look at the data and you figure out what works, and, you do it the sophisticated way. Sometimes that's just what we got to do. I want to ask you guys at Land Vault a little about that, but before that, I want to ask Cyber Crew. You heard our takes on Web 2 to Web 3 and everything. It's easier for us. We've got the game, and we're luring people in with that. It's difficult for you guys, and I want to know your take on it, because since you're not a game, you've got this incredible utility, but that's harder to bring in the Web 2 crowd.
Yeah, I think that's, and this isn't anything on what you're saying here, but I think that people have kind of the wrong perspective on it. It's not necessarily that it's hard. It's a challenge for sure, just because you don't have like a roadmap, you don't have like somebody else doing it, and what we're doing, I think, really is going to set a standard. But what I think the distinction, when we're talking about Web 2 to Web 3, is that, in my opinion, this is necessary. So, whether it's difficult, whether it's challenging, I can kind of push past that, because it needs to happen, in my opinion. And if we can show, like, all right, here's Web 2, you're the way I like to think of it is kind of like when you're playing like a pixel game, right? Or, some kind of game that's two-dimensional. You can only run like Super Mario, right? That's a perfect example. You can either go left, right, up, down, right? But when you get to like first-person shooter, the possibilities, that opens up are tremendous. And that's the way I look at it, Think of Web 2 as Web 2D, and then Web 3 is Web 3D. And the complexity and the elements and just the creativity that will unleash. So it has to happen, right? People have to have control over their assets. They have to, basically you gotta give power to the players. I'm sure you've all heard that before, right? But there's no other way to describe it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree more. And one thing about me, I'm always trying to fight for the community. In the beginning, when everybody was worried about all of these mega guilds coming in and buying everything, raising the price. I mean, we were in a different market state back then. Don't pay attention and learn how to separate that. But like I was the main guy in the community saying, no, these are going to the players, and whatever's left, that's what you guys get to have fun with. So that's a big part of it in my eyes as well. Land Vault, I want to ask you guys this. I mean, we were just talking about grabbing someone by the throat and just getting them in here in the game, but when you're dealing with things on a higher level, like you guys, like some of us up here do, we know that it's a big part of it is marketing, and dealing with these big mega corporations is really what's going to drive mass adoption. It's going to come into gaming because this technology gets applied to us much more efficiently than some of these other sectors. But I want to get your take on that. What are your plans, or just what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of approach it from a two-step process, right? Like, we have two different things we have to manage, right? So the first thing, and this is the funny part about it, it's like brands and these businesses, these major corporations, right? Like, a lot of the time, they understand that, Web3 is it's kind of inevitable at this point, right? And the tech is growing every day, and they know they want to be a part of it because it's all about relevancy, right? Like, if I'm a brand, you know what I mean, and I've been working through all the trends of the last 20 years, you know what I mean? Like, internet came up, we got mobile, social media has exploded, right? Everyone knows that, like, Web3 tech, and especially the metaverse and blockchain gaming and all these sectors coming together, like, they know it's the next thing coming, especially with, your Gen Zs and your Generation Alphas that are coming up as well. Like, I've been working on this actually today. So they know they want to be a part of it, right? Like, they have to keep that brand relevant, because if they miss out, you know what I mean? What happens? You get left behind. So they know how they want to get into space. Kind of what we do a lot of the time is bridge the gap. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a learning curve there that a lot of people don't understand. You're like, hey, like, we want to get into this. Like, how does it work at all, right? They know they want maybe put a brand activation in the metaverse or something. Okay, that's fine, but, like, what does that look like for you guys? What's your budget? Things like that. Like, there's a lot of that management going on in the background to even make a build happen. The second part of that is, for our marketing department, like, we put a lot of emphasis on just getting our work out there and making sure that, not just the brands everybody knows, but, the developers and the gamers and users of the space know that we're working on the back end, on the tech that we need to really scale this thing out, because without the scalability, nothing really matters. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough to bring in, the next million users if the tech can't handle it. So, I mean, that's something, we're actively trying to work on in-house, right? But it's a two-step process. You know what I mean? Like the brands know they want to be here. It's just helping them learn, what they need to get into the space. But on the same side of that, it's just, helping actually, build the tech out to scale it. Because if you can't, like I said, the users, you might get some in the door, but if you really want the space to explode, like the internet and social media and everything else has, like you got to be able to bring them in and do it efficiently. So that's kind of how I see it, at least from Landvault's perspective.
Right, and I completely agree. A lot of the other companies out there, sometimes they don't even realize that to do these things right, you need to set up a marketing budget with a significant amount compared to a lot of these other Web2 companies. You can't do the like, follow, retweet, Insta-talk, whatever Twitter giveaways with these influencers. We all know that stuff doesn't work. And when you want to get something done, you need to allocate a budget to each department. Like you need to do community development, you need to do marketing, you need to have all of these work in unison together, because that's what really makes you blow up. And I want to ask Kyle Meck, that's a better name, Kyle Meck. I want to know your thoughts. Something about what Landvault said set up a light bulb for me. Product placement, dealing with these bigger companies, is something that will really drive mass adoption later on. And I want to know if you're thinking about it and what you think about it.
Yeah, I did a video on my Instagram the other day talking about Polygon, because they are a shining example of this. What Landvault is doing as well, helping these IP brands build in Web3. It's absolutely huge, and I think because that's how you achieve network effects. One of the things that I used to talk about, way back when, aka 6 months ago, was that one of the things that's going to help lead adoption into crypto was like meme coins. Look no further than Shiba, look no further than Doge. And I've often told the story about like my grandfather would call me up, ask me what type of crypto to invest in, and I would give him, my rundown, and then he'd be like, "I just bought Doge." What the hell, man? And so the thing is that like you start to unpack this, and like why is that? Because that's the most easy to understand crypto, because it's community. They're not talking tech. They're not talking about all these different things. And so the same thing goes when you are aligning with these brands. Is these guys, they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars. They've spent decades, carving themselves out in the industry. They become synonymous. People align with Nike's Just Do It. They align with Starbucks. My girlfriend's there right now. And it's adopting that into crypto, putting together products, helping these guys come into, how does my brand align with these products? Because the more you make sense to retail, the easier it is to adopt. And that's something that, we look at with Mech, and that's one of the things, like with our creator tools and our creator economy is, what types of IP can we work with that align with the Mech brand, that, we serve mutually beneficial purposes, to where, their brand could build potentially within Mech, because it just makes sense for them and their audience. That will also give recognition, or we can kind of co-brand, co-sign one another. And so that's one of the beautiful things about blockchain, is that that's where the technology really comes into play. I love, what Cybercrew was saying, is that, yeah, it's not challenging. It's not difficult. We are going to Web3. There's no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, we're not hard stopping at Web2 just because we're too afraid. Like, again, it's gonna happen seamlessly. We're not gonna know we're fully, when we will here know that we're fully in Web3 when it happens. But the rest of the general public, they'll be like, we're on Web4 already, and they're like, when do we get to Web3? Like, I think I saw a headline about it. But I love that product placement thing, and I think especially with games. Some of the games that are even on here, of, how do we now go into like our retail counterpart? Now we're talking merchandise. Now we're talking action figures. The larger branding play than just resting on your laurels of we're a good game, because there is so much more than that. You have to be recognizable in other arenas than just your main mode, which for us is like crypto and Web3 gaming. And so we can learn a lot from companies like Landvault. We can learn a lot from companies like Polygon. Is how are they positioning themselves to larger IP that is making it enticing for them to come in. Now, obviously, there's different value props there, but there's a lot that you can unpack to see how your product relates to these things. And it doesn't, like, you don't have to shoot for the moon all the time. It's not like, you know, Mech is sitting here like making phone calls to Blizzard, like, hey, it's like, how do we do this thing? But there's plenty of other ways that you can push forward in that space. And like, honestly, like, this is a fantastic time for projects of all sizes. I know we're doing this at Mech, is take a step back and start taking notes, because, you know, success leaves clues. And right now, even though we're in a bear market, you know, and there's, you know, doom and gloom news being spread everywhere, there are people that are doing it, they're doing it right, and they're doing some pretty amazing things. And like, just start taking notes, survey the landscape, and like, oh man, like, this is what's working in a bear market. Can only imagine what it works like when things turn around. And the thing is that IP, large brands, they're still looking to get in the space. You know, just because, you know, we're sorting some things out in the centralized finance type area doesn't mean that these guys are discounting the blockchain technology. And they know that that's the future. They don't live under a rock. And so, you know, I love that, because it is something that we're focused on. And I'm constantly in talks with different, like, right now, to be completely honest with everybody here, the venture capital funds that I'm talking to, specifically, like, the theme of the funds that I'm talking to have deep connections to large IP. That is my focus right now, is venture capital funds that, when they connect me with a brand, it's not at some low level guy, it is a high level relationship that they have. Because to me, that is super meaningful at this stage in Mech, is to start having these conversations and figuring out what makes sense. It's the same thing like we talk about esports. You know, a lot of the people on this panel have connections into the esports area. And the thing is, and I've said this before, esports isn't looking to just lurch right into Web3 gaming. They are surveying the landscape right now. They're seeing what games, you know, kind of fit their brand, and they're taking a slow and controlled approach. And that's why Web3 games right now need to be taking the stance of, okay, cool, what do we need to start doing now, so that maybe 12 months from now we set ourselves up for some sort of, you know, alignment there. So yeah, I love that product placement thing. And I think, you know, aligning with IP and breaking, you know, positioning yourself even outside of crypto is crucial, you know, to the path forward.
Yeah, those were.
Oh, right.
really good
I
points.
couldn't agree more, Kyle. Oh, hold on. I'll let you go in a second, Cyber Crew. We got another special guest here. We actually just got joined by the CEO of Wagyu Games, Undead Blocks. Want to say hi to you over there, Grant, and get your thoughts on it. I mean, we're talking over here about product placement and some of the big stuff that we got to talk about. So let's get your opinion.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Thanks for having me.
Hey,
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fine, doing wonderful.
The only reason I ask is because I'm currently on a bus. I'm going to Detroit for the Bills-Lions game, taking a little time for Thanksgiving with the fam. So if I cut out or anything, let me know. But yeah, I mean, we're super excited here at Wagyu Games. I completely agree with what the previous speaker said. I think that cross IP, you know, targeting some of these large brands, for us, I mean, targeting Cyber Crew, it'll keep hurting. You know, we're putting in the Cerberus. I always butcher it. So we're actually putting the weapon into our game.
Cerberus.
And those of you that have that weapon,
Cerberus.
Cerberus. Okay, Cerberus. Give me a little slack. So we're putting the Cerberus in our game from Cyber Crew, right? And so that's just one way for us to really, you know, meld the two communities together. I think it's very important. And you guys are huge, especially with your relationship on the GameStop Marketplace. We're going to be doing a GameStop Marketplace drop on the 1st of December. We're doing a Loot Coffin drop, so super excited for that. But I completely agree. I think at the end of the day, we have to differentiate ourselves from being identified as Web3 and crypto games into just games that are fun, that have the blockchain tech powered by Immutable, Loopring, you know, Polygon, whatever L2 you're using. And I think from our perspective here at Wagyu, we're looking at this and saying, how can we join forces with as many groups that are open to cross IP, that are open, because our model is very simple. We want to be the CSGO of Web3. We want to take what we have working for us in Web2, which is, you know, the loot coffins, loot crates, you know, opening that stuff, you know, having exclusive skins. It works. Like the communities that are forged from some of these games like CSGO, Overwatch, Halo, they get it. We want to take that exact same vibe, bring it into Web3, especially with what we're doing with Undead Blocks, as well as our subsequent games, Undead Mobile, the sequel to Block Assault, or Block Ops, I'm sorry, which is going to be the sequel to Undead Blocks. So definitely happy to be here, happy to contribute, answer any questions you guys might have, but just super excited for what we can do with Cybercrew, with what we can do with Mech. There's a lot of big brains that are working in these communities that are pushing us forward every single day, especially what you're seeing with the bullshit with FTX, with some of these exchanges. We have to bring more transparency into what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to achieve, and just happy to be a part of that journey.
Well said.
Yeah, same here. All right, go ahead, Cybercrew. Sorry, you've got the floor. Go ahead, all you.
Hey, I appreciate that, and obviously all the nice things that everyone says about Cybercrew and everything, but there's some serious talent and serious, like you said, big brains up here, and I think that right now, like, too many people are just listening to what people say, and they're like, oh, the overall sentiment is it's a bear market, everything's shitty, FTX is criminals, Web3 is never going to make it. And it's like, you know what happens when everybody's negative, but you're focused on building, and you just ignore all that noise, right? So when I talk about builders up here, every single one of you speakers up here, I know I've talked to, y'all are building, we're building, and we're focused on the future. So, like, it's like a bear, right? When you come out of hibernation, the ones that get to work, right, are the ones that feast, basically. And what you got to think about is these big brands, these big IPs, these people with the big checkbooks, basically. They're on the sidelines watching, right? And what are they looking for, right? They're looking for those builders. So if you can differentiate yourself from all the noise and come out, that winter, lock, stock, ready to go, you're 100% gonna be basically what they hunt, right? So you're doing their R&D for them. They're not spending their money on R&D right now. They're watching for R&D, right? So if you're building R&D, and you're getting success like, all of us have, just think of it exponential once things pick up again.
Definitely. And I also want to take this time to re-announce that everybody, we're officially in Web3. And if any of those big boys are out here listening, I charge by the hour. So, just keep that in mind. I want to ask you guys something about that over here at Landvault. I want your thoughts on that. I mean, talking to the big players out there, just like some of the other speakers up here, is that what they're looking for, or are you hearing something else?
As far as exactly what?
Making what we're doing. They're watching to see what we're doing. These networks that we're building, everything that we're, setting up right now, that they're watching us. Or do you think they're paying attention to something else, waiting to get involved?
No, I'm telling you right now, like, as far as the market dynamics and everything and pricing goes, nobody cares. No, these brands don't care. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, what they see is a space. I mean, honestly, like, for a lot of this stuff too, like, if you're going to go purchase land, now's the time to do it. You know what I mean? Because if you have any sentiment that the future is going to be, anything worthwhile, which everyone does, we haven't talked to a single brand that's like, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, FTX and all that bullshit aside, like, it doesn't matter. It's not affecting anything we're trying to build. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, it's gotten easier because the entry points for some of these brands, it's all of a sudden now they're like, okay, well, I can go jump into this and buy a 6x6 plot or whatever they need to do. You know what I mean? Like, so as far as like I could see it, like, nothing slowed down. And if anything, it's speeding up because the interest is just growing. Because I mean, and as far as it goes, right? Like, FTX, pretty, it's bad publicity, but is publicity bad at all? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's learning about this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, my family's over. If we're having Thanksgiving tomorrow, right? Bringing around the holidays, and that's what everybody can talk about. Like, oh, that's crazy. I was reading all this stuff in the news. It's like, yeah, it's like, it's not slowing anything down. You know what I mean? All it's doing is getting more eyes on paper, and for us, at Landvault, like, that just helps us out. because the more interest, the more people are looking into the Sandbox and Decentraland and Other Side and all these other places, right? Like, the more conversations we have and the more relationships we form, and the more it gets done. That's just how I see it. Like, the bear market's bad for your your investors and your bag holders and stuff. I mean, we're all there, right? But as far as building goes, and everyone on this stage, I mean, we're all in the same sentiment. You know what I mean? It's not slowing down. It's just going to speed up. And when the market does turn around, like, we're all gonna, reap those rewards, so to speak. So yeah, it's that's kind of how I see it. I mean, brands are they're still here.
I definitely agree with Zach. I think all of the big IPs looking at Web3, like FTX didn't change anything. What it just did was, like you said, make the barrier to entry for some scammers, much harder to grasp. Like investors, shareholders, whatever you want to call them, token holders, they're going to demand more transparency in terms of funding and where they're getting their funds. But, the top brands, I mean, look at what Polygon's doing with Reddit, right? Reddit, Starbucks, Nike, like the top IPs looking at this and saying, okay, there's a huge opportunity in Web3 for us to really bring in, new eyes to our product. I think from our perspective, we just have to keep doing what we're doing. Like, I'm definitely very keen to see what the other, panelists are going to be continuing to building. Mech Land Vault, first time I've been on here with you guys, Cybercrew, obviously, but I think at the end of the day, a rising tide lifts all boats. And I hate that phrase. I can't stand it, but it's true. And I definitely, I'm excited to see what we are going to have, pushing out in the next 6 months. So appreciate you guys having me up here. I'm going to step down, but definitely I'm going to keep eyes on all you guys. So appreciate it very much.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for coming by, Grant. Nice to meet you. Wish I could have saw you up there in Nashville. There's always next time.
Hey, we got 6 feet of snow. There was nothing I could do. The airport was closed, but we are throwing more in-person events, so definitely at the next one.
All right. Well, I mean, if it was a mech one and that was me, I would have went through it 10 feet of snow. But that's a topic for another day. I wanna ask you, Kyle Mech. Your thoughts on it, like this market building and everything. I want to know, has that slowed us down? And how we see it.
No, honestly, this market has kind of invigorated us, and I mean, I think really look no further than what we're doing right now with our free mint. We've had explosive growth off of that, which, I'll be totally transparent, kind of surprised the hell out of us a little bit. Like, let's be honest with ourselves here. We're confident in our product, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of been beyond our wildest imagination. How much our community's exploded, how much, just attention that we've gotten. And the thing is that when you've been in business long enough, I'm a lot older than I sound. And, I've seen market cycles. I've seen things like this happen. I'm old enough to remember the housing crash of 2008 and, different business cycles, from there. And so the thing is that like now more than ever is the time that you want to build, and it's something that gets thrown around quite often, but a lot of the biggest companies in the world today were born during times of economic turmoil. And the reason is because they're able, because when you're coming up with an offer, when you're coming up with a product, so like you have to figure out like how it, like what purpose it serves, how does it fit within the market, what do people like about it, why do people want it? And there's no better time to make a really strong and compelling offer when it's hard as hell to sell it. And that's really the big thing, is because if you can make something so irresistible, if you can make a product so irresistible, a community so irresistible that people want to participate, they want to purchase it in a time when money's expensive, when it's hard to come by, when everything is expensive, that's how you build a winner. And so the amount of notes and data that we're taking right now is absolutely massive. I mean, Mech talks about this all the time. What Mech looks like today versus when, Trey Smith, Kyle Clemmer, and Nick Rudenko were talking about this like last October is night and day different. And it's because despite our experience in the industry, we are humble enough to recognize that for us to be successful, we have to continuously change. We have to constantly survey the landscape and make sure that our product is a good market fit. And so the opportunity that's being presented to us right now is massive. And honestly, I don't think that that's lost on a lot of projects. I think what is not really lost on a lot of projects is Well, it's money, and a lot of these guys, like this is where the good operators of business will assert themselves. Is there's really solid projects right now that are suffering, continuing to build. The problem is that they were, working with bull market budgets, and now they have to pull back a little bit because it's, that I talk about a good product, and even if you have a good product, your sales are probably going to be down in relationship to what they would be in a good market. So no matter what type of buzz, no matter what type of attention that you put out, you may not get the same return, the same ROI, that generate the same revenue that you would in good economic times. And so for those people who are cash strapped right now, they're starting to act out of sorts. It's really tough to stick to the vision, stick to the plan when you're financial, like you're going through financial hardship. I can tell you right now, it is a bitch on wheels to raise money right now. A lot of interest, not a lot of open checkbooks. It's, you're getting a lot of it's not you, it's me kind of stuff. And the thing is that you've just got to stay the course. And so for us, like, we've increased our developers. We're continuing to push out products, because one of the things that we can do right now is continue to assert ourselves by putting out good tech, showing people that despite all of the doom and gloom and naysayers that are out there, there are people that are putting out phenomenal technology, continuing to push the industry forward. So we see this as a recipe for success, because the one thing you've got to understand is that when it's a bull market, you move at light speed. Your feet never touch the ground. At least in a bear, you continue to develop, but you can move at a more methodical pace because you're not getting investor pressure. Like that's a crucial part, unless they were wrapped up in like FTX or Terra. Then obviously, little different set of circumstances. But I can tell you that your investors are less understanding about pushing off a TGE, token generation event, in a bull market, because they want to start experiencing their, they want to see their liquidity at work. But in a bear market, they're the ones that are telling you to be patient. And so, like, that is the perfect recipe to continue to build and push forward. It's actually very, very difficult to put out a product in a bull market, just because the set of expectations and the time of implementation and the speed at which they want you to go to market is exponentially greater. So I like, honestly, I'm a huge fan of what's going on right now. I don't want it to last forever. But I think, from a product development standpoint, it's strengthening a lot of different areas. And honestly, from a mech standpoint, it has allowed us to shore up and strengthen areas that I would have otherwise been worried about had we been pushed to market faster.
I completely agree with that. And something that I've noticed with a lot of these events going on in the markets is that whenever someone gets burned by one of those other projects, they actually look harder for something legitimate. And we've all got that. We've got an advantage over so many other companies out there because we've been doing this. We have the community, we have the following, and we have the team for it. Everybody up here has got a solid team, every department covered. And I want to get your thoughts on that, Kyle. Let's call you Undead Kyle, and then we've got Kyle Mech. What do you think about all that?
It's just an amazing time because we're getting the snakes out. We get to chop their heads off. That's my personal opinion. I think Grant, the team, feels the same way. I know KG's in here with me. My personal profile's down there. Grant had to run out. But it's definitely a time to build. It's definitely to see who's who. It's definitely a time to partner, find out those that you really want to build for in the future, that you can build a lasting relationship, especially in a time like this, if you can find things that you can come together on. And the wonderful days when everybody comes back in and there's money every damn where, I mean, it will just be amazing, and you'll have a relationship that's already built. You'll just continue to build out more things. That's a large thing for us. Getting real implementation, real interoperability, things like that. That's already going to push the space further. We have time to do more of that instead of everybody knows it goes kind of crazy when we go into the times of the bull market, and sometimes it's very hard to focus, and sometimes it's very hard to even get your team to focus and get a lot of things done. Right now, I think is the time that we just continue to build, I love the time right now. Unfortunately, yes, lots of people's got hurt. Very sorry that happened. Unfortunately, things like that do happen in these markets. Things like that do happen when you have criminals come in, because that's what I believe those people exactly are. But just as the other Kyle said, I mean, you got to have the bad times for the good. These create the times for our children that will be better. Your nieces, nephews, all those people that you love that are young, that you might even be worried a little bit about because of the way that the world is kind of going, or they're trying to push it towards. I think that blockchain and crypto can push it towards a more sunshine and light and get people more back to their finances, and they own everything as their self and can make the decisions as their self what they see fit with it. We have to have hard times and bad things to happen to know what we have to implement, the security that has to be put in place. If things like this would have never happened, I believe it would be bigger in time. You know, if the FTX wouldn't have, if CZ and all that wouldn't have unfolded how it would have with him doing what he did just to get FTX to kind of show what they showed, and then everybody was like, well, there's a problem here, and then FTX had to file bankruptcy. You know, if we wouldn't have found that out right now, there would have been bigger problems. Say it would have happened in 3 months, 6 months. Think of the more capital that they would have had to eat up, the more properties and all the things that we're now figuring out that they have purchased and things like that. A lot of things are unfolding still to these stories. I still don't think we have the full stories to all of it. I don't know if we will ever get that. But I think that we will have more of those. I think that there will be more, I guess you would say, what they think is empires that'll fall. And I think that you'll have new ones that'll be built that will be a better structure and hopefully not go in that design. That's the best thing is people learn. And we get some of these snakes out, just like I said at the very first. That's what I consider them. And we got to chop their heads off. That's the biggest
Hold
thing.
on. I don't mean to cut you off, Kyle, but I know everybody up here's got some holiday plans. We all like to stick to the schedule. We've got about 6 minutes left on the planned spaces. I do want to give all of the speakers a chance to, get in their closing remarks. I know you have something that you wanted to say. I also wanted to get KG's perspective from a business development point of view. Business development, that's different than building a game. I mean, when you have money, the markets are bad, it's easy to build, but it's hard to build business. So I want to get your thoughts on that before we give everybody a chance to wrap this up.
Yeah, hey guys, how's everybody doing? From the business side, you're constantly looking, to collab and to work with other companies and sponsorships and really, trying to give them, the ability through our group and our Web3, crowd and get them to really, see the value of Web3 and where we're going with the gaming side. With Undead Blocks, we've done quite a few sponsored tournaments. We've got a lot of in-game advertising, which is key, which you're not seeing a lot of games do. You're not seeing somebody build a skin, just for a sponsor. That people can play with in that tournament. We've got 3 banners that we can put up in the game. You just don't see that from a development side from a lot of games, and even a billboard. So I think that to be able to build awareness of Game 3 and showing people what can be owned as far as your assets, not necessarily going to the NFT side of things. I think more people. As Kyle was mentioning, all the negativity with, that's out there in Web3 right now is NFTs are, where the crooks are and everything else. But I think that, more and more business will see the value if you can get them in there, show them some advertising, show them how fun a game is, show them, what Web3 gaming is about. I think that we'll, succeed, all of us will eventually.
Right, I agree. And advertising, I actually think that's something that these larger corporations and the big players look at. They want to see an advertising network. They want to see where they can spend those ad dollars and where they're going to come in from. So that's something that I really like seeing from some of these top tier projects up here. Like I was saying, we do have to close this out, everybody. I want to thank all of the listeners out here. This was an awesome space. Definitely thanks to the speakers too. Couple guest speakers. You guys are killers up here. Landvault, what do you guys want to leave us with any last words? What are you building? Something to look out for?
We got one big thing coming, and again, I can't speak on what it exactly is yet, but all I can say is potentially check in with us next week, Monday, Tuesday. That's the idea right now. That's pretty much all I can say. But it was awesome being up here. You guys are great. It's cool to see what you guys are building. And it's nice to network in the space, man. Yeah, like, I hope really just success for pretty much everyone up here. And, I'm always down to, to collab and to chat Web3 and crypto pretty much any time of the day. So, but thanks for having us up. And, be on the lookout next week. I'm hoping it comes out. Don't shoot the messenger, but yeah, that's the idea.
Right. Hey, I know what you mean all too well, and we will invite you back on the spaces next week, Monday and Tuesday, just so that everybody can come back here and bug you a little bit. Cyber Crew and Kyle, Cyber Crew and Undead Kyle, got the name right. I'm not going to forget it that time. What do you want to leave us with? I know you guys are working on something big.
I mean, yeah, we're always working on stuff because, like I said, that's just who we are, number one. Number two, that's how you actually get stuff done. And number three, yeah, there's certain things I can't say on this call, so I'm just going to kind of summarize it and just say, something I like to say is tough times expose poor products, right? And when, times are tough, the actual winners, you know what I mean? They come back, and win a game, right? Tom Brady, whether you like him or not, right? He's got that hunter gene, you know what I mean? If he's losing 40 points, in a Super Bowl at halftime, he comes out swinging, right? So tough times expose poor products. I think that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Right, I couldn't agree more. How about you, Undead Kyle? Go ahead.
Biggest thing, I think Grant dropped the dime as we were implementing the Cerberus. I can't never say Cerberus. I'm sorry. The Cerberus.
The three-headed hellhound.
It will be in season 2, which will be upcoming next year. There will be some more details coming out. It's just something that we're going to be doing with cross interoperability, and just first thing that we're going to be doing with Cyber Crew, just to kind of launch our partnership, I guess you would say. It's not happening anytime like next week or like anything like that, so don't please come into the Discord saying, hey, are we going to be able to play next week or anything with the weapon. No, it's going to take some time. It'll be next year. See if we can get it done, Q1, something like that. Make it really cool. Have some tournament structure to it where you can come out and use the weapon. The weapon, actually, Brandon, talk about the weapon for 1 minute, and then we'll jump off here.
Oh, it's fucking dope. So just, I know you called out my community. They're just excited, man. Come on. Cut them some slack. No, I'm just kidding. They're all on the same page. They know, quality takes time to build. So, if you ever get any kind of flack from my community, it's probably not our community.
Yeah, all good on that. I'm just saying the people that'll go run out and say, holy shit, we got a new weapon. We'll be able to use it next. There's people are always everywhere. Just saying, it will be coming. Just, it's going to take a little bit of time. So yes, 100% excited too for your crowd, our community, to get with your community and everything. But tell us about the weapon, please.
Yeah, I'd love to. So the Cyber Cerberus, I've got it up there, but I'll put a link up there from GameStop where you can get it from the NFT marketplace. But basically, it's like a weapons pack all in one. So it's a 3-in-1. You got a smaller pistol size. You've got a rifle. You've even got a flamethrower. It's a really, really kind of fun weapon, and it looks good. And like, once I get this thing tweeted up there, you're gonna see exactly why everyone's really excited to get this in Undead Blocks. It's perfect,
Love
But,
seeing that. While you're doing that, go ahead. Look for it to post up. Just like I was saying earlier, I know everybody's got another meeting they want to jump into. Thanks for coming, all of you listeners, all of the speakers. I mean, the speakers, you guys really killed it today. Love having the projects who actually know what they're doing, know what they're building, and know what needs to be done. That's one of the most important parts. A lot of people brainstorm, war room, go into these group chats, but nobody knows how to execute. Every speaker up here knows how to put their foot down and just handle business. And that's one of the most important qualities that you really need to see in some of these teams that are going to be leading the space, bringing us into Web 4. We're already in Web 3, guys. They're going to bring us into Web 4. But, us over here at MEC, I'm sure all of you already know that we have this free mint going on. If you're interested, if you want to get a free NFT, come down to the Discord, send me a DM. We're building over here just like everybody else, building, hosting spaces, taking flights to Nashville, hanging out with all of these NFT MFers all around the planet. Like, that's what we do when the markets are down, and when they're up, we just turn it up and put our foot on the gas. So, great things to come for everybody. Looking forward to meeting any of you who are coming out here to Miami, and hey, look forward to our next spaces, because this one was pretty good. The next one's going to be even better. Thanks for coming, everybody, and check out all of these speakers. Make sure that you are following every single one, because we are all doing something very impressive.
Thanks for having us, buddy. Great spaces.
Peace out. Y'all have a great day, and gobble gobble.
Right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Kyle.
Gobble gobble, he says. All right, Kyle. We hear you. We hear you, buddy. We hear you. All right, Slayer. Welcome back. Oh, hold on a second. I just unmuted you. I don't know why.
No, that was me. I
There
had
you go.
because I was having it on mute.
What a space. What's up, Diamond Hands?
Diamond Hands, little
Light Cloud.
nice
Thanks for hanging
space,
out.
yep.
How about the look of that Cerberus?
Yeah.
That thing is gorgeous, guys. All three parts of it. Yo, and don't miss out on the fact that Cybercrew speaker straight out said if you DM him, you'll get an NFT. Of course, they make like 1,000 of them.
That was the guys there. I totally missed that. I must have been.
Yeah, he said it there at the end.
I was off in La La Land for a couple seconds.
Yeah, the bottom one. He said it's like an all-in-one. It's a flamethrower, a sniper rifle, and assault rifle.
Shit.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty badass.
I'll take 4, please.
Yeah. Gimme.
One for each room. Look, any of these projects that send me NFTs, I'm just telling you, I'm not in it to be selling stuff. So like, to me, those are like straight out gifts. That would be like giving me something to put in the, put on the shelf.
Oh yeah, especially since we're gonna be on the ground in the action, playing, fighting.
Right.
Cool to have them.
So it's not even really. I wouldn't even consider that kind of stuff like an investment. Like it's like it's like you meet if my jersey got signed, the thing would never get washed again because I don't want to wash the jersey off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, autographed.
Exactly.
How is everybody's morning? Excuse me. How is everybody's morning this morning? Now we can actually have a little chat. What did you guys think of the space? Did you find anything new out in your opinion? Other than the obviously the Cerberus. That was new for all of us. Morning, KG.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Good to hear you talking about some business development. Developmental business. I guess we can go ahead and we don't have any more on Twitter. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on in the spaces of Twitter, actually. Obviously, we just still on the top here. Loving the Crew with Cyber Crew NFT. The Cerberus collection is currently in development and will be playable in Season 2 of Undead Blocks. It is Season 2, to reiterate. Season 2 of Undead Blocks. That means that would be the summertime of next year. Just to clarify, guys. Loved hearing the biggest think tanks talk and vibe. Regular people with huge passions, always. To be honest, it's been rough. Dad is... Who forgot everyone? Oh, Dad, okay. A stroke
Dad
patient.
had a stroke?
Yeah, Dad's a stroke patient. And forgot who everyone is. But work day is almost over. Man, I'm sorry to hear that,
Sorry
brother.
to hear that, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't remember who it was who was like, you know, they don't get dogs because of the heartache. I don't stay close to people because of the heartache. So it's so I feel you. You know what I mean? It's not a direct relation, but to me that's the only real correlation that I have in my life. So yeah, so I feel you. When a day's rough, for somebody that you love, it's tough, no matter who it is. Thoughts and prayers to you, brother. KG says.
Man, that sucks. My uncle had that happen last year. He still recognized people, but he was blind, couldn't walk, like went from like just this big ox of a human to just kind of nothing. And yeah, it's really sad to see. So definitely feel for you, buddy.
Nikki Fuego has a thread and what she has learned in coding in Decentraland. Hope it thread inspires those looking to expand their skill set and build on a virtually limitless environment. Let me know some of the things you've learned in the comments. If any of you guys are into Decentraland, Web3, and gaming, she's a good one to follow. We did have a good long interview and hangout. It was only supposed to be an hour. She hung out for 2 hours. Blue Mojo hung out for 3.
Yeah, that was really cool. They were a lot of fun.
WT, the next time you meet a CEO that is claiming absolute nonsense economically, claims to be altruistic, can't dress like a professional, and comes from a life of immense political privilege, please feel free to tie him up and put a note on him warning people. Okay,
Who was that too?
WT. Not financial gaming advice from WT there. That was just personal thoughts. We'll give that one a heart.
WT's good. He's just like ah.
Immutable wants to know what games should build in Web3. None. Play Undead Blocks. No, yeah, you know what exactly. Though? I mean, but all of them, right? I mean, literally any game that you play right now that gives you an item, whether it be Lost Ark, which I'm about to download again because it was actually pretty fun when I was playing it before. It just had, you know, build issues, computer build issues. Oh, speaking of, while we're there and I'm thinking about it, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give our sponsors a plug. Thank you, FlyingPhoenixPCs.com, for sponsoring our beautiful PC here, empowering the whole show here at Zombie News Network. We appreciate you. We love you. Go to Zombie Network News every day to watch the show, and go to FlyingPhoenixPCs.com to find yourself a PC, custom built or pre-built, and use hashtag or coupon code ZNNUB at the end. And you'll go ahead and get yourself a nice PC. And that you do have to be US based. We did have a question about that earlier, actually. Yes, it is a US based, continental US based, so not Alaska and not Hawaii.
What was the guy's names from Cyber Crew?
Oh man, I'm about to meet them in person too, and I still continuously forget it. It wasn't Kyle because Kyle was mech.
Yeah.
I want to say Brian, but I'm almost 100% wrong.
So you're going to go meet them because they're in Phoenix, right?
Yeah, they're up in Phoenix. Yeah.
Nice.
So, or they might come here because it might be an in-person on the show thing, so that they might come down here to the house and just be here in the studio and like.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. You know, make the wife make some carne asada, which is really just me making meat and she makes the rest. Undead Blocks, come hang out today. We just did that. I'll give it a heart anyway. Is that what I was talking about? What game should... That's what we were talking about. What game should build in Web 3? So yeah, all games. Like I was saying about Lost Ark, and that's what reminded me about the computer. See, I know I'd get back to it. So like I'm gonna read down Lost Ark, but like that's all in-game items and stuff like that. World of Warcraft, all in-game items and stuff like anything that can be, even if it's already existing, they can still retro turn it into an NFT for the people that hold it. Like they know who owns what they own.
Yeah,
So they could just issue everybody a back-end wallet, just like we do, right? Just create everybody a wallet. Boom, here you have wallet, whether you like it or not. There's your wallet. Boom. Every wallet that has what they have gets attributed their NFT for that, for what they already own, and there it's done, right? Like so it can it's not impossible for them to upgrade and integrate. They're just waiting to see how well it plays out. They're waiting to see if it lives or dies. But the thing is the technology isn't going to die. The technology's there no matter what. So
yeah,
it's going to happen. It's the real question is if crypto lives or dies. That's the only real thing. NFTs, they'll go by a different name, but they're here. That's a technology that's part of everything.
Yeah, they might have a whole complete reface of shop to make it look better, but
right. It's ultimately it's gonna be the same deal. Everything's gonna be NFT. I mean, you're gonna buy actually, I was just talking to a guy about this here, and so one of my local companies, I should give them a plug, called Special Carbide Tools. They make custom drill bits, and two of their biggest contracts, annual contracts, are with Boeing and Raytheon, and both of them are actually Raytheon and Boeing are contracted with SpaceX. So like that's kind of like who he makes custom shit for, and their drill bits. And I'm like, well, at some point in the future, every drill bit you make will be tracked through blockchain. Because it'll be, whether it's called an NFT or whatever it gets called, it's still going to be tracked through that same idea of tracking an NFT or tracking crypto from one spot to the next, to the next, to the next. That's just going to replace tracking as we know it.
Well, it's just like, I mean, if it's bought on the blockchain, you don't even have to track it because it's right there. If you ever want to go back and look,
and you'll be able to and it'll be scanned some way, shape, or form. You'll know, oh, this one fell off the truck, eh? Well, this is where it fell off the truck. And this is who has it. Oh, you know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. It would be so that's like the real, like where it's all going as far as that goes. I'm like, so there's no way that, like I said, it'll still be an NFT, right? It'll still be the same idea. They're still saving data onto the blockchain and just using the blockchain to move that data. So
yeah,
it's just it'll just be a different word. So it's still gonna be here no matter what. I mean, technically, all crypto is an NFT. It's an NFT of a coin. I mean, each one's its own coin. So,
yeah, exactly.
So it's the long run and the short run of the same story of everything else. So, like I said, it's going to stay. It's not going to move. So transferring current Web3 games into it, not big a deal. They're just waiting to do it and make it, to make sure that it's not going to go away. And they want to make sure that it can't be hacked and stolen. Because right now, by keeping it completely within their game system, it doesn't really happen unless somebody gives up their password.
Yeah, well, it's like those guys were just saying. The big boys are just waiting to see, does the dust settle out or does it keep? Right. Is there a dust storm for 10 years, right?
Yep.
And if it does settle out, then
it'll probably be another 3 to 5 years of the dust storm. And then it'll work its way out because people will start changing the phrases. Communities like ours and other gaming communities that start coming together, and other types of like the NFT communities are getting a little bit tighter now. That's what'll happen. They'll finally focus it in, and we'll get to a point where it's cleaner and it's more I don't know what you want, focused, more game centric, more public eye, maybe. I don't know how to word what I'm trying to say from there.
Yeah.
Accepted. There you go. Again.
More onboarded. There's all kinds of fancy words for it.
Blue Mojo says there's a dope Gundam tournament going on for those interested. I don't know what Gundam. Oh, I know what Gundam is, but I didn't know there was another.
I don't even know what that means.
Gundam was like a Voltron type of show. Remember Voltron?
Was that one of those ones where the 4 different guys came together to be the one piece?
Correct.
Okay.
But they don't come together in Gundam, but it's like the same idea. Like the 5 pieces are basically what a Gundam is, without forming one. But that's they're Gundam fighters, and that's kind of like the character base, kind of how they look.
Gotcha.
Alt Mom says, somebody fill me in. It shows that I'm not following anyone, and it kicked me off Twitter for a second, and then it locked my account down. Will it be fixed? Oh, no.
Are you just going down through the Twitter feed?
Checking out today's Twitters. Today's tweeters. I'm mentioning the people that I know that we follow. Diamond Hand said, prayers to him. I'm sorry to hear it. Sending some good energy, brother. We appreciate your Diamond Hands, man. We appreciate you too.
Definitely. He had a unfortunate with the internet last night on the Play Economy. He was playing, but I think he was streaming off of a toaster, so his internet wasn't that good. But yeah, he said he had fun, so that's cool.
Tonight discussing, he put this 2 hours ago, so I'm sure that you're still here, WT. Tell me how much time is left before this happens. Tonight discussing what went down in Web3 Tennessee for Undead Blocks and other companies involved. Then we're going to go check out BubbleBots. What the hell is BubbleBot? From Go Peanut Games with C King, Crypto King, and a special guest Nicholas Tomahawk, who won last week's contest. Oh, I see. You get him on your show before I get him on my show. Okay. Oh wait, is that a different contest though? I could be getting a little jealous here, because I know it definitely hasn't. Into the Metaverse won ours, and he hasn't answered me yet. So I apologize on that. WT. Yeah, for the in-place tournament, the in-person tournament.
Yeah.
Nicholas Tomahawk won one of WT's contests.
Gotcha. WT holding it down.
Tesla. My wife wants a Tesla. I'm gonna get a Porsche Macan, I think.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. I'll just stick with my minivans.
Yeah, Porsche Macan's a minivan.
Oh, is it?
Kinda. I mean, it's one of those rich soccer mom SUVs, but you can get the S version with like 560 horsepower.
Oh wow!
So
crap.
That's obviously the version to go for. I mean, why would you want 280 horsepower if you can get 560?
I try to steer away from those because I would wind up losing my license with like the first day.
It's funny. I drive safe when I'm even in a motorcycle now. But Land Vault, we're going live with Mech NFT in 5 minutes. That was an hour ago. Oh, that was okay. Wait a minute. They promoted. Okay. Also, Undead Blocks, Cyber Crew, and Chembeast. Blue, can someone mansplaining to me? I thought mansplaining was when you groom a little bit downstairs. No, that's manscaping, brother. That says, talking about playing mostly Web3 games has alienated my gamer friends. Tried to show them NFTs will change everything. Okay, well, but first sentence you said Web3, so that's why you're alienating them. Second sentence you said NFTs will change everything. You alienated them. This won't be the case in 2 years, though. Until then, I got all of you to game with, right? Oh, until then, I have all of you to game with, right? So, but yeah, so stop using those words. You'll stop alienating them. You're playing a game.
That's it. I don't even care. Like when people, like that's one of the things that was being talked about last night on Play Economy. That it's just a game. I mean, you really can't go buy it. I mean, you can obviously go buy one of them, but you can't really buy one of them now, anyways. So why even talk about it? Everyone who's got them has them. The people who know about them, and beyond that, everyone else will either find out or they won't. and it's not going to change the. You know what I mean? Like this game, when it's fun online, everyone's playing it, multiplayer, blah blah blah. You're not gonna need to talk about that because you won't even be able to get one. So
Yeah, what Diamond Hands said, why me do this? I believe they're paying it out in USDC because there's cheaper gas fees for that right now. It was easier to pay out that way. That's how I understand it. I'm not absolutely 100% sure.
yeah, that's what they seem to have said last night about the prices from there. So I would imagine it would probably be very similar. Imagine it would be similar. Man, that would have been cool to win $1,000 for playing a video game.
Right. McLeod says, yeah, I already got my winnings from Nashville. Nice. Nice.
That's how we. That's
You should
how
go
they
buy
do
a
it.
PC with it from flyingphoenixpcs.com and use coupon code ZNNUB.
Use the code. Oh boy. Found myself in a knife only challenge without even wanting to. Oh man.
What
Looks like a
does
looks like
it?
it's a beautiful day outside, but it's not. It's freaking cold.
It's nice for us. What's everybody got planned for Turkey Day tomorrow?
Turkey Day. Turkey Day for me will be just doing my thing. Level out. His PC is still good for now. I like
Yeah.
building my own PCs and buy parts here and there.
I built my last one, but I'm gonna be honest, that thing was way loud compared to this. So, I think from now on, stuff myself and watch football. Go Lions! Yeah, KG, what he said. Oh, we're going against the boss this week, though. I'm just saying. I mean, seeing your son. All right. Yeah, we're playing the Bills. But I mean, they had no real good practice this week because of all their snow. They're coming off a loss, but in a really short week, like a really short week. Like they're only gonna get like 1, maybe 2 days of practice against us. Now it's a short week for us too, but we got to stay at home. So I don't know.
And
I think we have a chance.
Not be in the snow.
Right. Well, it's and we are and we play in the dome anyway, so that's a benefit to everybody. But I thought you
That's
lived
nice.
closer to Detroit than Buffalo, technically.
Funny enough, I'm actually kind of right in the middle. I'm like, both of them are kind of.
We need a big game from St. Brown for fantasy football, right? And so he'll probably have a good game. And they keep saying that Jameson Williams isn't going to play until December, but I almost feel like because he's active, right? So they could very well just be lying so that the Bills don't prepare for him and then put him in this week because he's ready. And that would be fucking awesome. And if that happens, we might win. So, and for those who don't know, Jameson Williams he was the number 12. So we had 2 number 1 round picks this year. We took the number 2 overall pick, who is now by far one of the best defensive players of the rookie class. Yeah, actually in the NFL at this point. And then we also had the number 12 overall pick, who we took a wide receiver, but he was injured. So he hasn't been able to play at all this entire season. When we knew that, we knew that he was going to be a while in. And the whole time they've been talking about, Thanksgiving Day, and now they're like, oh, he just started practice this week. He probably won't play until December. I'm like, yeah, okay. This is some kind of slide tactic, so that all of a sudden he jumps into the game.
So next year.
No. He's gonna jump into that. I feel like he'll play Thursday. I feel like it's sneak
crazy.
tactic because he's ready to play. I feel like they're just saying that so that the Bills don't watch tape on him from college because he's one of the fastest. He's off the top fastest person in the NFL right now.
Oh wow.
Now there's emails been sent out. I don't have anything. Did you play? I mean, not that I'm questioning your skill here. Why me do this? But did you place the top 250?
No, he's talking about for in person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about that then. Put a ticket in. Put a ticket in on Discord. Why me do this? That's gonna be the easiest way.
Yeah, definitely.
Get that taken care of in person, and yes.
Yeah. And they'll take care of you right away.
Oh, there you go. Take care. KG's got you.
KG coming through.
KG's got you. And we were both playing on screen for a second there. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. It's funny because I looked down, I was doing the thing on my phone, I look up and you're playing it, and I kept hearing the sound. I'm like, wait a minute, is my sound down? And I look and then down, I'm like, what the hell is going on? But it was
Multiplayer, you didn't even know it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So that's the other thing, guys, is when we do start playing multiplayer, is we'll be able to get all 4 screens of it up while playing multiplayer, so people will be able to watch all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to be able to pull, just like be like, okay, you know, Light Cloud, you want to jump in and play, or Diamond Hand, you know, whoever it is, right?
Yep.
KG, obviously.
Once I have a little bit more screen space, we'll get that taken care of as far as, like, I won't keep using Discord for everything. I want to use it for, like, you know, bringing in maybe one person, that we just have the one window that has to pop up.
Yeah.
And then
you'll be able to do the
I'll be able to pull people in individually. Yeah.
That's great.
Multiplayer will be lit. I can't wait for multiplayer. I mean, obviously I can, right? I mean, it's not like I can do anything about it, but you know, I'm looking forward to it. I am very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you guys for hanging out again, man. We appreciate you guys for being here every single day. It's the day before a holiday. You guys are still here. We love you guys. We are and you know, I can only see 9, and I know that we've had a couple people from YouTube pop in and make some comments. So there's sometimes when you guys see me type an answer up there or a comment up and you have no idea what it's for, it's probably because it came from the channel that you guys aren't watching from. We have Twitter. We have 2 Twitter channels going. We have Twitch, and we have YouTube, all live now. So we do have everything going. And I don't think, hey, speaking of, there's Duke checking in. What's going on, Duke? Checking in from YouTube.
What's up, WT?
You guys can actually see that on both chats? I didn't know you
No.
actually see it. Oh, okay, no, I didn't think so.
No, it just comes one or the other.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I can see them all. So,
Ah.
so that's why sometimes you might not hear the comment that I'm answering, or it might be out of context, because I am answering somebody from either YouTube or Twitter, or Twitch. I don't think Twitter can comment yet. Pretty soon that's coming, though. That the viewers are actually able to interact.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Who says undead blocks to the moon? To the moon.
Oh, yeah. To the moon, baby. Let's go. Man, I'm so close to finishing this 1,000 out. I might just push through and do it today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've only got, by the end of this one, I'll be, if I get through my 5, I'll be 13 away.
I mean, I know we're an Undead Blocks game, but has anybody tried the new Warzone game mode DMZ? Kind of like a Tarkov knockoff.
I haven't. They were my buddies yesterday were talking about it in that other event I had to go to after ours.
It's not
They were
bad. It's
talking about it being pretty cool.
PvPvE.
Oh yeah. So you're like,
so you drop in and then you loot, and then you can play for a while and loot for a little bit better quality stuff, or you can just get in and get out, and then as long as you get out, you take out whatever you catch, whatever you find.
oh, crazy.
Yeah, I only play the free version too. I don't pay for it. Fuck that. Yeah. No. I'm not going to spend $140 for a fucking game that I don't get anything out of. But I'll play it for free because it helps me pass time. So, but yes, it's very. That's what I said. It's very. It's the Warzone take on Tarkov essentially.
I've never played Tarkov, so
Yeah, Tarkov is very sneaky and slower. This is a little bit more up paced, like Call of Duty is.
Gotcha.
Tarkov is super slow and super sensitive, and you need to be quiet. And the AI bots in that are stupid OP. Like, if you make a mistake, they're gonna fucking kill you, and then you just drop all your shit and you lose it. What makes, so, and then you can compare it to Shrapnel. Shrapnel is going to do the same thing for actual. That's what Grant was saying the other day. Shrapnel's going to do it for actual NFTs. So then when you die, you actually lose your NFT, which could be thousands and thousands of dollars worth of shit. So people are going to quit immediately.
I would never
and
play
never
that.
go back to it. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. It was just added into this new Warzone 2. I think it was just the last update, actually, for the Warzone 2.
That's funny. They've already done an update on it.
Well, because they always they do updates like bi-weekly or something like that for new game modes and game mode swaps and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's just
So.
funny when you hear when it's like, it's that's what I was saying there the other day where, people are like, oh, how come this? How come that? I'm like, guys, even Call of Duty has updates. They have fixes. They have this. They have waiting till next week. Like, it's just so funny that somehow in the Web3 space, people have this idea that you're going to do a thing that's going to happen overnight versus, the reality of what things actually
Right.
are.
Yep. Like Cloud said, he was holding Shrapnel before and found that out, and it was like selling now before I lose it. Right, and I was looking into it, and I was like, $200 fucking just to play a game. No way. So like that's what got me out of it.
Yeah.
They have to make a mechanic where the win will be bigger than your loss, and then maybe go off price tier. Well, and that's the whole thing. It's very difficult. There's no, I mean, the idea behind it is it's I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about it. I actually got semi-reprimanded about saying what I said about it once, and I didn't think I said anything bad when I said it, so we'll just leave that one go. But that is their mechanic. So that is just a fact. There's no opinion on it. That is how it works. That is literally legit how their game works. There's no opinion to anything that I said. I'm going to leave my opinion out. For us, it's just going to be a lot more fun because of, the chance to get stuff, and you don't have to get it. Playing with our NFTs is going to be fun. Like, to actually, since I actually do have one to play with, right? You know what I mean? That makes it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that makes it more interesting to have that ability, and then even worse. So now the game does blow up, right? We took them off. You can't. There's no more stake to mint, so there's no way to get them anymore. Really, at this point in time.
Yeah.
So if it does blow up to 50,000 people over Christmas for some reason, because marketing hits or whatever, there's still only going to be how many total are sold? 2,800 or something like that.
3,200.
Right. So they just went up. Not only did they blow up in value, right, but that's all that there is going to be for earners, and there's going to be money coming in because there's going to be people spending on those loot boxes left and right after Christmas. That's the whole point in releasing games right after Christmas. Or during the Christmas rush.
Yeah.
The idea sounds good, but for an average gamer, I don't want to grind just to lose everything to a 13-year-old virgin after a long day at work. Right.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Light Cloud, tell us what you really think, buddy.
Woohoo, I do own an NFT. Awesome. Which one do you have, Duke? I do not own one yet, but I do believe there's one coming. But I do have one to play.
Yeah, there's definitely one for you to play.
People already do that.
And like you just said, the funny thing that's why when I'm like, people are like, oh, they're cutting the supply. I'm like, well, is that bad?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, people are like, oh, I want to see my money, and well, you should be very happy then right now if you've got an investment, because now your value definitely is going up because there's
exactly.
Right, that's why I don't play them. Rust is my toxic game I love playing. You see, I'm ADD with games. I rotate games, and now with this beautiful piece of equipment here, it's even more difficult. Like, I can't settle on a game for more than 45 minutes because I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. Man, this is gonna look beautiful to play too. And then I hurry up and switch over to another game, and then I'm like, oh, well, this is gonna look good too. So right now I'm just in that oh my god, I can play anything that I want mode on like any level of beautification
no matter
that
what
I
it
want.
is.
Right. I'm just like, oh, so now I'm in that. I'm hitting them all, and playing them until I get back to whatever I settle into being my normals and faves again. Which hopefully by that time it's kind of like, actually I was just playing NBA last night. That, you know, I'll settle into it for a little bit possibly, but then it's right around the time that I think I'm going to start to settle into a game is when we're going to hit a full release.
Yeah. So you'll have to exit stage left and head on over.
Yeah, I won't care.
Diamond Hand said you to get a UBA NFT. Is that what you guys meant? You mean Undead Blocks NFT?
I was talking to when I said that I was
gosh.
talking to Duke, and he says that he got a survivor pack, and he's got the MP4 pistol and a knife. Nice. Good pack.
Congratulations. That's a good one.
Good pack.
Oh, I man, I'm like an idiot. Dear 1,000 rounds, I could see you, and I am coming to visit for the holidays.
Don't forget to follow, guys. If you haven't already, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and follow us on YouTube. If you have not already, you can also subscribe on Twitter if you want to go ahead and control these awesome little avatars there at the bottom. They are only on
Twitch?
Twitter, or yeah, Twitch. They're only on Twitch at this point in time. And Twitch and Twitter, I have to make notes of that.
Yeah, it's okay. That's the names are so close. It's like it's a wonder that we don't screw it up more often.
Right?
Damn you, zombie scum! No shotgun. Come on, KG. I'm rolling with the shotgun for you, my friend, and it's not looking good.
Rolling,
Well, we're gonna see.
rolling.
I got 3K ammo or XP left, so let's just whittle down this little posse of zombie scum here and see what we can do. Oh shit! What in God's name is going on here?
Alright guys, so I'm
Man,
gonna
these-
go over the starting soon screen just for a second because I need to steal something and then we'll be right
Warriors
back.
that were forged in the fires of the riots
I don't need to
caused by
steal
the
something, I
zombie
just need to
virus
copy something.
outbreak, a virus that
Just
claimed
go.
and decimated the
Just
human
copy it.
population.
Just steal it.
However, a
Copy,
resistance has
come back
begun led by
Discord
Slayer
scene because if I'm gonna play the music, I need to credit the music. Here it is. You know, there's dang rules.
Those dang DCMAers. Man, these motherfuckers just don't give up. Let's go. Come on, zombie scums.
Alright guys, let me know if that music is too loud. Or if we're good. According to the levels, it looks like we're right. It's just above the sound of the attacking horde outside the offices.
Funny how this shotgun, as you're using it on level 5, you're just slowly watching your XP dwindle, and you're realizing that soon enough, you'll inadvertently be thrust into the knife-only challenge.
I always stay around 2,000. I don't know how you guys keep running out of ammo all
With
the
the
time.
shotgun?
Yeah.
There's no way you do with the shotgun.
Oh, well, my shotgun's just a backup. I always run with 2 weapons.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way with the shotgun that you're doing it because like I'm freaking. I was at 3K and I'm shooting these sons of the guns in the faces, and then
Oh, the
they are,
sons of the guns, huh? Guns
Yes,
and
sir.
sons.
the guns of the what? Buddy, I'll do that when we like talking about something, and then we start trailing off into something stupid, and then it's like, Mom.
Guys,
Because
I
if
am
your
going
mom's calling you
to
for dinner.
upgrade the size of his game and add my game in, and we'll be
That's-
gaming.
Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Come on. Press the button, doesn't work. Let's go. I need just a couple more kills to get myself back into the ammo game here. So I got 2 refills left. So I should be able to sneak it. Well, I have one. Oh yeah, now I got 2. Let's go. As if these guys are not dying yet. What the hell? Oh yeah, there we go. We got another one. Been softening up these sight zombies pretty good. They're pretty tenderized. Bam, bam! Take that, zombie scum. Boom in your face. Nice. Here we go. Oh shit, that's a box. Oh, how quickly my funds have dwindled. And they're still coming! This guy's a newcomer to the party. Boom, boom. Oh boy, you guys, we're about to go into the knife only challenge. No, we made it through. Yes. We have enough for one more to avoid the knife only challenge. Let's go. So I'll do it. I just actually do I do the final scene of Last Samurai when I run out of ammo at this point. So I look over at Tom Cruise and we just run right into the battle, knowingly that we're gonna die.
Well, it's not really the final scene, though. I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen it by now.
But, I mean, after that, you can turn the movie off. We all know what happens after that.
I mean, it should be the final scene. In reality, I mean, the guy takes a fucking Gatling gun to the chest.
That's what I mean. It's like he got shot off a horse, and all of a sudden he's like, and then he lived out his days with his hot little new wife.
Right, and he's bowing to the Emperor. I mean,
exactly.
Barely walking. I mean, spoiler alert.
Yeah, guys, if you've never seen Last Samurai, I can't even talk to you any longer.
The shotgun is counterproductive. We need fire breath or Pack-a-Punch to makes it crazy. I'm hoping that we don't get anything to replace Pack-a-Punch. Like, I do hope that that's one of our differentiators. That we figure out something. I'm hoping that our blood boxes are essentially the differentiator between Pack-a-Punch. Like, it's something that maybe it's one of the higher percentage drops. Like, maybe it drops like 17% of the time or something like that. That would like give you a personal Pack-a-Punch weapon. Like, it would just upgrade the weapon to the equivalent of what would considerably Pack-a-Punch.
Oh my god, I'm so close to getting more shotgun ammo. This could be the comeback tour, guys. This could be the comeback. This is like the Rolling Stones visiting after 30 years. This is what's happening right now. Oh shit, a new guy came in. 2 new guys? Come on.
Alright guys, today we are going to have the for a while yet, because it's the day before the holiday and we're not going to be here tomorrow. So I am here for a while. We're going to have the gaming stream where we're both going to be sitting here simultaneously playing for a little while and talking to you guys, hanging out. I need to take a bio break instead of my dogs sitting here crawling on me. So,
yeah. Would you want to put on like a 2-minute break and then I just gotta stretch quickly as well?
Yeah, just a second. So I'm going to read this. Maybe even skins could add perks to guns, but there's also the upgrades you can have from Z-Bucks. That's right. We're going to actually have true like upgradable weapons and attachments and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty neat. Having elemental bullets would be dope, right? Just something like that it can drop in from just a like a blood box drop or something like that. Would be pretty neat. Yeah, so we're gonna take the timer is gonna show 14 minutes, but it's not gonna be. In fact, so I'll just turn the timer off. We'll be back in a second. Just a second. Both of us are gonna take a bio break. I'm not even gonna switch over. I'm just gonna leave it where we're at, so you can see us get.
I gotta put on a sweater.
Give me 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. He will be here in a second. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and no, arts and crafts with Nifty again. Add some text so you guys can know who's who. Just a little bit of text here so you guys have an idea on who this is and who's who. Alright, now I can play. We're back going to call work. Oh, man. Call off. Going to call off work. I did that yesterday. Interesting. I don't know what's going on here, but it is what it is.
What happened?
My backlight's not working on my cheap keyboard. I can't believe it. Unbelievable.
Did not see that one coming at all.
Lasted 3 days. All right, guys. I will be playing the AKM because that's what I play. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and play MP5 because why not?
Yeah, you might as well mix it up, man. Can't hurt. And I am going to finish this 1,000 challenge because, well, just because.
Because why not?
Just because.
I didn't make coffee.
I'm actually just trying to kick the coffee now.
Oop. Bitcoin up today? No, it is not.
Need my bottle. Shit, where was I yesterday? Someone was saying that they're thinking that Bitcoin's going to go down to 700.
Wow.
Or, sorry, Ethereum is going to go down to 700 was what they were
Oh,
thinking.
that's possible.
Oh, Bitcoin goes down to 700.
Yeah, as you say, it's 500 this time last year for Ethereum.
Was that only last year or the year before?
It was last year. It might have been year before, yeah.
What are we, 2022? Yeah, I think it was, in 2020 it was that. I know because I remember hearing one of the podcasts and listening to the guy kept going on and on and on about it, and then I finally wound up into the world. It was funny actually how I got to here, because a few years back I was telling my buddy, I'm like, the whole thing to me is crazy because everyone acts like crypto is this saving grace future of the world. I'm like, but all that has to happen for it all to fall apart is the power to go out.
Pretty much.
right? Like and this is coming from and that goes for everything that we own. Like the fact that you and I are, like I have these thoughts every once in a while where I'm like, man, you know, the people that I've met along this journey.
Well, I mean, internet
I
will
may
still
never
you'll
talk to
still have
someone
your
again.
phone, and you still can because you can charge it wireless with solar.
What do we have? So Simply Too Deep. Thanks for the first time chat, So Simply, and welcome to Undead Blocks, and thanks for stopping in. How did you find us? But yeah, sorry, dude.
No, you're good. Pay attention to chat.
Yeah, that's it. I just happened to see it pop up on my other screen, so. All right, knife only challenge. That's it.
No.
I swear to God, that's one of those things that, you know, like, I don't know, have you ever done any other type of gaming challenges where when you did it, you're like, that's it, one and done? Like, I remember another one in Mario. Do you know the
Doing good. How about found you? I found you on the recommends. Nice.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for stopping in. And so I guess, is this your first time stopping in on Undead Blocks at all, or have you seen us before, or what's
the game? Do you know anything about the game?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm stuck.
Oh, I can't because this isn't mine. I think I can actually. I think I can.
What do we need to educate you on? We are a free game. It is free to download on Wagyu.io, like the steak, WAGYU.io. Free to download, free to play. Just need your email so you can prove that you're not a bot and kill some zombies. We are beta, so it's not free. I mean, it's not full game yet. It will still be free when the full game comes out, but it is only beta, so not all of the functionality is there yet.
Well, we kind of talk about anything really. He said, "Is your content just about gaming? I don't want to bring up just anything non-gaming related out of respect for your channel. Actually, I followed for a few days ago and forgot to chat. Awesome. Well, glad you decided to come in and chat today. It's great. But we kind of talk about anything, but obviously we just keep it respectful, keep it clean. That's all we ask. If you want to talk about the weather, we don't. Nifty and I are pretty well. We'll talk about anything. So. Yeah, as long as it's not, and obviously not promoting other stuff too, because that's definitely not what we're trying to do. But yeah.
Everything usually does revolve back to Undead Blocks.
Yeah, as we're currently playing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want 1,000. I just wanted to say 1,000, and then maybe I can sleep at night.
He's NGMI. That's not going to make it, for those of you that don't know. What's what? What's your question?
Was it Diamond Hands that got the 1,000 first?
I don't remember. He sent you the video. I think so.
Was it? I can't remember. I just was thinking, I'm like, I think it was Diamond Hands that got the 1,000 first. Oh, okay. Sneak up behind me, why don't you? That was funny. I thought the round was over.
Getting 1,000 rounds first, and then he became a streamer the next day.
Yeah.
Talk about goals. Hashtag goals.
Yeah.
Fuck, I need to remember to reload. I'm so used to not needing to reload.
I know that happened to me.
Not needing ammo.
Yeah, were you watching me earlier? I was running out of ammo every 10 seconds.
My first run was 312 because I ran out of ammo every single time from across the map. I was like, man. I'm always on what I call the south side of the map when that happens every time.
Oh yeah. Well, because you can't even run to the ambulance box.
Yep. Well, I call the south side the reload, the reload root gear side of the map. That's what I call.
Yeah,
the
me
south
too.
Side.
Me too, actually. It's funny because as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh yeah, because to the north is at your back when you start.
Well, it's to your right. Hard right.
Right, or aren't you facing? Oh, I guess you are facing that way. I always feel like I'm facing the
right. You feel like you're facing right.
Yeah. But yeah, you're facing that house that's in the middle there.
Yeah, you're facing that pink house.
So funny that I've played so much. I don't even remember what a thing is. Okay, what am I gonna go with this time?
I notice the changes almost every time. like, oh, this isn't here anymore, or wait, what happened to? They took this out. They moved this.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I went around that bus. I'm like, what did they do with my thing?
Where's my cart? I want my cart back.
Yeah, that was my escape route.
I would just do it just for fun. Like just jump over it every time it went by.
Yeah. Do you like the double hops? You like land on it and land on it? Oh yeah, what I was saying. So do you remember did you ever do the unlimited lives in Mario?
No, I didn't.
So there was a spot
I always
in
did the
map.
speed run. I was always trying to get it done in like less than 10 minutes.
Oh no, I mean like old school Mario, like
Yeah, that's what I mean. Where you can do the back doors through all the fucking, go from 4-1 to 7-1 to 9-1 and finish the game.
Oh no, I went through the levels. I just went. It was. I mean, I think I probably did. Wasn't that a later Mario though?
No, that was the very first one. That was like the Easter egg in the original Mario, that you could go through the. You could find ways to the. Man, now I'm gonna have to like download it and fucking show you. You can. In some of the tunnels, in some of the boss levels, you would actually be able to essentially go up over top and walk your way into warp zones. That's what they were called.
Yeah.
And then you could warp to different levels, and then you would speed run through that level to get to the next warp zone, and then ultimately, like you could beat the game. I think the record is like 6 minutes.
In 6 minutes.
Right.
No, I like to. I'm sure I probably did. It's not ringing a bell though for me, but.
Well, a lot of people were more completionists, and they wanted to beat the game by doing every single level, like without dying or without taking damage, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Back in the good old days when you couldn't save your progress.
Right, exactly. That was like the personal challenge back then.
Yeah, so one of those levels you could actually get unlimited lives if you.
Oh, the turtle! Yeah, you could jump on the turtle.
Steps.
That was on
Yeah,
level
yeah.
1. I do remember that. Yeah, if you jumped on the turtle, right, you could get 99 lives.
Yeah, well, and then no, you could go. It was up to like J or K my one.
Yeah.
So you just die and die and die and never worry about it. But that was a one and done for me. Like to try to perfect that move would just make me go crazy.
You get so pissed off. Fucking it.
Oh my god! Especially because the first time I did it, I kind of did it by accident. But then the not accident part was that I didn't stop it. I let it. I was like, oh, and I was like riding the wave in the moment, like, oh my god, it's go. And you get to like 80, 90. I don't remember the exact. I was like freaking, whatever, 10 or whatever years old, but not 10. But what year would Mario have come out in?
80 something.
Game. Is anybody in the chat there?
80 something. I mean, there's definitely people in the chat. So what did you want to talk about? Simply so simply too deep. Okay, so I'm hoping that's a philosophical name, because I don't want to talk about that on stream. So, but not the I can talk about philosophy. We do that all the time. The other possible reference to the name, though.
Oh, why am I knife only challenging? Why am I knife only challenging right now?
And also, the stream isn't normally going to be us playing. It's really going to be us watching other people play, but not a whole lot of other people playing it right now. So you get to see us playing it.
Okay, I pressed the button like 14 times. Let me play that gun. I'm coming out of this basement like Rambo, boys. No! Ah! I'm gonna die down here. I'm gonna die down here like a chump. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Get out of the way. No, I died in the basement like an idiot.
Why were you in the basement?
Oh, because I forgot to go get the gun, my AK. So he said, okay, cool. I want your opinion on this. What's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations that get you made fun of, and how would you handle these situations in general? Well, that's a tough question, because for me, I don't know about for Nifty, but
I can't get embarrassed anymore. I don't care.
Well, and it's funny because I'm like, I don't get embarrassed. I get even. It's basically the easiest answer to that one. So, It's like if someone tries to out weird me in public, or they try to, like, you know, I'll be like one up until we both are jumping off the building together. Or what I'll immediately do if someone tries to make fun of me is I'll pick the thing that I could see on them that makes them the most awkward, and I'll just say a joke about it and then watch them crumble. I don't really do well with being made fun of. What about yourself? What's your...
Right.
Yeah,
that,
totally,
well, yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
if,
exactly.
if it's like now you're trying to start a fight, that's one thing. If it's legit, you know, just a roast, that's another thing also.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if someone's just playing a gag on me, whatever, you know. But it depends, like, because the way I read that is when you're saying, when you're saying like an embarrassing situation, it's like they're trying to, like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I used to get embarrassed, but that's because I used to really care what people thought about me, and now I just kind of got past that. So, it's not really super easy. I'll get like what my wife calls embarrassed is what is basically just me getting pissed off, and it's not me getting embarrassed. I'm pissed off about the situation.
I mean, that's what I was at, because that could seem like that I'm embarrassed, but I'm just like, no, I don't like what you're doing right now.
Right.
It's like that Adam Sandler movie where he's like, I know what you're doing and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So he goes, here's an example scenario. Somebody stumbles upon you and your significant other at the wrong time at some secluded area.
Oh. Well. Man, this seems like a, this just happened like within the last week reference. So I mean, I've kind of had that happen. So I was on the side of the road with one of my exes. Are you, maybe, is that who this is? That'd be hilarious. So with one of my exes, and
Imagine it is here.
that'd be funny. Just asking because I know you.
Oh my God.
No, so we were on the side of the road with one of my exes, and like one of the road crew in New Jersey came pulling up behind us, and she's hurrying up to get dressed. I'm like, hey, you know, what the hell ever? I'm like, it's not a cop, so I really didn't care. I was like, when he looks in the window, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, I'm a little busy right now. He's like, you guys need, no, I don't need help. See you later.
Yeah, no, I'm not stuck.
Right. So, yeah, it would be funny if that was her.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in like, I don't know, 15, 20 years. But it's funny because that same, you know, some story, that same ex, we only had like 2 positions left on the baseball field left too before we broke up.
Some things die too soon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we talk about. If we have life stories, we tell them.
Yep, definitely got here somehow. That's what I got so many things that I think of in my head sometimes where I'll lose track of what I'm saying, because one sentence makes me think of 5 things, and then I kind of am like, oh man, what was I talking about again? Which universe am I in right now that I was talking about this thing?
Right. Metaverse. We're all in the metaverse. And so, yeah, the worst time that situation happened is during finishing while in a state of undress. Yeah, well, I mean, there's movies all about that. And I guess that also depends on you and your personality, right? I mean, so. Ooh. It says, ooh, how long you been doing Twitch streams? I've been doing it on and off for a couple years. We've been doing this one here specifically for 33 days now.
Yeah, I've been streaming for what, like 5 months or something like that. I think somewhere around there. Maybe not that, but whenever the game came out that I could play it, I started streaming basically. And Undead Blocks, this game right here is what inspired me to do it. For years, I've been thinking about doing some type of a show, you know, just having fun, hanging out with people, but I've just never been able to get the right, I guess, like clog in the wheel to make it all work. Because everything else, like, you know, I could put it together, but if you don't have that central core item, and Undead Blocks reinvigorated, like we were just talking about. Like I used to play, you know, Mario. I played Atari. I played Pong. Like, so for me, that I can run around and shoot zombies on a screen, full color, full, you know, it just really inspired me and brought me back. I had a 10-year hiatus from gaming because I just didn't really see the point and had to work. But yeah, then this game came along and this whole community, everything, you know, now getting a hang.
The hell?
Work?
The fuck work?
Oh, no, what's broken?
We don't work anymore.
The mouse?
No,
The mouse?
no. You said you had to do work.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were
Work.
saying work. I thought you were yelling at your controller.
Nobody works.
But no, I mean, man, if you guys you knew my work days before, you would cry. Most people, they're like, they wouldn't make it a week doing what I used to do.
I would make it 10 minutes, but that's only because I'm lazy as shit. I just don't do what I don't want to do anymore.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, it's not, yeah, exactly. Like, you need to have a drive that most people don't, you know. My kid brother, he's an electrician and I'm a general contractor, and, you know, he used to go to work and then drive like an hour after work to come and hang with me at my place that I was fixing and work on that together. So, yeah, this is way better. I mean, it's still work though, you know what I mean? Like, it's still, you gotta...
Right, I mean, yeah,
That's
it's not like, yeah, there's still an effort to this. I mean, I still have to get up at a certain time. I still have to make sure I'm here at a certain time. You know, there's a
and
schedule.
then put
and
all this stuff together that you've done.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're making...
It's just a different kind of work that
humble,
I want to do. That's all.
Exactly. Exactly. Diamond Hands. Oh yeah, contracting is a full-time job if you're busy and have a lot. Yeah, dude, I was on the road for like 5 years basically straight. Just, you know, I'd come home for the weekend and then I'd be back off to work.
Oh no,
And
ammo.
for a couple of those years I was at one, and then a couple of years at another one. Then for 2 months I was in the Arctic, so yeah. The Arctic was nuts, dude. Imagine you're like, it's like 2 a.m. and you're like...
Nope, I don't want to imagine it because it's fucking cold. I don't care about the rest of it.
No, it's
so-
not though. That's the crazy thing. At 2 a.m, at the 2 a.m. when I was there, it was like 2 p.m.
Yeah, but
was-
it's still cold. I mean, you might not
I mean-
think it's cold because it's a dry cold, just like I have a dry heat, so I don't think it's hot in the summer. But fuck that.
yeah.
It's still cold.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still like 0. So yes, it is. Yeah, it's still cold for sure. I guess
You
as a
just don't
Canadian,
know-
though, for me, 0's like...
Right, you just don't notice it as much. It's like me in the heat during the summer. I'm like, it's
But it's funny because there's 2 zeros. There's 0 after the winter, and there's 0 before the winter. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, because it'd be like the same, like because you have a more light and a more dark time of day, right? So it just feels different when it's dark versus when it's light.
Yeah, but then like when you're if you're coming out of winter, 0 is like whatever, you know. Like if you've just had -40, 0 degrees is like the middle of summer,
yeah,
you know?
because it's a warm up. Yeah, it's like us,
Yeah.
you know.
But,
Like, right now,
what
I'm
I'm
cold
going
because it's
through-
60 degrees outside.
Exactly.
And
yeah, exactly.
because as opposed to 117 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
like
I
now exactly. Like I was just, you know, a month ago we were 30-degree weather, and now, you know, -2 or whatever it is right now, right? So you're
Right.
like, it's way colder than if you were. Yeah, but yeah, the Arctic was crazy because it wasn't that cold.
Never work a day in your life if you're doing passion. And holy shit, 5 years. Yeah, man, we're happy you're here.
Thanks, dude. It's great to be here, man. Hey, Diamond Hands, was it you that got the 1,000 first? pretty sure I had like that moment where I'm like, wasn't it Diamond Hands that took down the 1,000 challenge?
Yes, he says.
Yes, sir. I knew it was. I was sitting here. I'm like, wait a minute. That's amazing, man. I love that you got that. Now that I know that it's you that got that, I'm like even more stoked that it was you. Because that's work, man. I'm like at 994 right now. Yeah, that's work getting to 1,000.
All right, guys, don't forget to go to flyingphoenixpcs.com. Check out what they got going on there. It is a awesome PC that they provided for us here. They do provide the sponsorship for the show. They do take care of us. We do love them. Flyingphoenixpcs.com. Check it out. The coupon code is ZNNUB. ZNNU.
That's actually perfect. Don't go off that screen. That's perfect timing to ask you. So that thing that's in the middle there, that I don't know. I mean, I know it's probably a pain in the neck to get there, but
no, I got it.
Is that an actual? Like it's like a little LCD screen or LED screen, whatever the hell you call it?
Yes,
that's
it is.
So cool, man.
And I can make it whatever I want. All of it. I can make all of it custom to however I want to make it. So it basically daily. Why is it just me or did it freeze for everybody? My camera.
Yes, it's frozen. Yeah, your camera's frozen.
It's funny. It's doing a whole bunch of really weird.
Oh, now you're back. It's kind of you're back, but when it catches up to itself and then it does that like.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm on some kind of really weird loop. It's stuck in that loop on its own.
Oh, maybe you got to turn the camera off.
That's
back
funny. On. Okay. Oh, it's my camera that's stuck in the loop. Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep. That's funny. I just leave it like that for the rest of the show. It just looks like me being.
That's why that whole arts and crafts thing. Because fuck it, man. Just like whatever.
But yeah, that LCD in the middle can be changed to whatever the hell I want it to be. I can make it be like animated GIFs. I can actually make my own product, advertisement type of GIF and throw it in there. It's really cool.
How much is that? Like, what is that part that's doing that?
That's the all-in-one water cooler, but there's an add-on. That's an aftermarket, an additional add-on part called the IQ Elite CPU Cooler LCD upgrade, the display upgrade.
So that's something that I could like put on my computer potentially.
Yep.
That's so sick.
Because
when you wrote it last night, you're like, I got a gift, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, well, that was my phone being, this stupid
it's like
smartphone.
auto corrected you. Yeah. So when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute. But now I get it. I know what time it is. I don't even have to go to the basement for this one.
Apparently now the music's done. Yep. Okay. Discover and now trending. Sure. Hopefully that is all fixed now. Yes, it does seem to be fixed. So yeah, I can do that. I was messing around with all of the lighting last night, so I figured out how to do that. Now I'm just setting up a whole bunch of like pre-built. All I have to do is push a button and it'll change over to what I want it to be.
Nice.
And then also because I'm gonna do like a post a day or so, maybe every other day or so, for Flying Phoenix. So I'll do all of those also. The like different examples, different color schemes, different.
Yeah, I mean that's so cool that you can actually do that. Because even my new one's got a bunch of, it's got the colored fans and all that. Like it's one of those ones that they light up and you could change the colors and everything. So seeing your one where I didn't know you could do the wires, and I mean it's it makes sense that the value goes up when you're putting in a higher end part, right?
Yep. Well, the prettier you make it, and then every gamer is all about RGB right now, so that's kind of what it really boils down to.
so funny because I'm like all of that stuff. I'm like I mean I know what it is, but I don't really
care.
Yeah, but I mean I like it. I think actually the thing I do find cool about this is that that now is especially having the perspective of doing the streaming that you want to have a studio, right?
Right.
And having that makes it like it's a studio. It's like it's a thing, right?
For a streamer, it's a conversation piece.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like having a Star Wars mask on the shelf or whatever
Right.
you put on the shelves, right? It's that. That's why even in here, I didn't even do it intentionally. I just like having these things around me. So when I'm, the other day when I was showing pieces of my grandma's art, it's just because I actually have it with me on my desk. It's me.
Yeah.
It's part of my space, and so, and then inevitably you ended up on that conversation, obviously, and then, when Diamond Hands showed the crystal, then it's like, oh, here's my crystals, and they're literally right there. So, yeah. So having that computer like that being lit up, it's got to be pretty. And then you could actually too, like when you're gaming on a Friday night, that's like your mood lighting.
Well, actually, I can. That's one of the settings. I can make it set the game. So whatever the in-game lighting is, like right now, it would be more green and darkish, and then you know what I mean. It'll match the game.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, or it can.
That's pretty badass. Is that a special program that you have to get to run that? Or?
It's part of the Corsair. For that, it's part of the Corsair software.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So and like the parts and stuff that I want to get are all Corsair, and it'll match the keyboard, it'll match the mouse, it'll just all run together.
Gotcha. That is pretty cool, actually. Because my keyboard has decided that it turned itself off the color that I can set it to. I just haven't been able to get in and do that. I've been having to take care of some other stuff away from the desk for the last couple of days, so. To have just this, like we were talking about the other day, have the matrix board of everybody playing eventually.
Right.
What did KG or Kyle say? Turkey or something? What was it?
Going to the dispensary, boys. Thanksgiving deals are crazy. Well, I mean, I'll give you my PayPal so I can go. Yeah, I know we've got good ones too because they're all closed tomorrow, so they give good deals today so that they can not piss everybody off tomorrow.
Make up for it. That's the best part of being a stoner is that somehow you forgot that tomorrow's a holiday and you don't have enough around to make it through one day.
I just don't have enough money to go get for tomorrow. $50 ounce is nice.
What did he say? Wow.
$50 ounce. I don't know what ours are. I haven't looked because again I don't have money, so I haven't looked.
That's a pretty damn good price. I always heard that the States was insane pricing.
I used to be able to get 50 ounces delivered in Los Angeles.
Oh wow. For $50?
Yeah. But they were always dry, like it was old shelf.
Wow.
Like it was always super dry, but it didn't matter. Like it's still $50 Luke Skywalker, so I mean.
Huh. Crazy. Sounds like Diamond Hands are gonna be having a great weekend too. I guess it's only Wednesday though.
Paid for by his winnings.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Probably what I would have done with my money if I'd won.
Cover me. Reloading.
Caliweed's expensive at dispensary. Cheap is only on the street here.
You know, I'm somewhat of a Lambo myself.
I really don't ever buy flour anymore when I can't afford to get a cart. Like, we were talking about this the other day that carts last longer for me than flour does, so I would rather. It just makes more sense for me to get a cart.
Definitely, yeah.
Plus, then I don't have to get up, walk outside, and stand outside for 20 minutes and just basically waste time because I'm not doing anything. Where with a cart, I can just sit here at my, sit here.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I really buy a fucking? I did. Son of a bitch. Wasn't even thinking. I went and bought a soda.
A soda, like a pop?
No, one of these in the diet Sprite.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even need it.
This is gonna be nuts. Oh, shnikey. Diamond hands. I have a thing about finding deals all around the board, even like food and clothes. You're a lucky man because I'm not a very good deal finder, but I find stuff all the time. Like I've never bought a barbecue because I always wind up finding them as people throw them out, and I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like it's perfectly good barbecue, and then you go look at it.
That's dumpster diving. That's not finding a deal. It's completely different.
Well, it's not, there's no dumpster involved. Just straight up driving down the road.
We have bulky trash pickup days. There's people that make a living driving around for that.
Oh man, if I showed you what I found, you wouldn't even believe. You'd be like, "There's no way."
Oh no, I know. I've seen it. I see it all the time. Yeah. People just upgrade and get rid of what they had.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what. And it's like, for a guy, for me, I don't really care. Whatever. The barbecue's not perfectly stainless steel. Oh no. Or the one I found years ago was, I knew what it was. The door hinge pin broke. So to hold it in, you had to put a nail in there. Other than that, perfectly fine barbecue. My brother still has it at our place in Mississauga. Diamond hands. I do the same. What is it?
Free is free.
Free is free. Yeah, that's exactly it.
$3.99. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me.
No, you died. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, and I just died too, right as I was saying that. Oh my goodness. Well. Let's see where we're at right now. Oh, baby. Just what I had planned out. I was hoping it was going to work like this. All right. Who want for my 1,000th round? Since Diamond Hands is the only one chatting, what should I run for my 1,000th round out of the pistol speed? I guess no, I can only do MP5 and AKM Massacre. What would you recommend I run with here? Oh my goodness. I wonder, like, do streamers come down on the screen when you get 1,000? Oh man!
I mean, had I known, I could have gotten it ready for you.
All right, I'll give you. I gotta go stretch and.
No, I'm gonna go stretch right now, and then I was gonna let you do that, and then we can head out after that one.
All right, sounds good. All right, Diamond Hands, AKM it is, buddy. Let's go. 1,000 coming at you. I figure you gotta do a full round to finish the 1,000.
No, because you can just die in 10 seconds and you still get the round.
No, you can't. That's not a story. That's like when I'm telling.
That's gotta be the story. Watch, you get stuck on something and die.
Yeah, I just die right the first zombie that comes out. No, I'm all about the story because in 5 years from now, you're like, remember that time I friggin'
People video on demand it.
Yeah, exactly.
Diamond Hands is here to watch history, he says.
It's going down, buddy. The number 2 1,000 round position is going to go to Slayer Wolf.
go. I can't shoot like that.
Can you snap it on the full screen?
Yeah, I was just
You're
about
not-
to. I just realized that it wasn't.
Sweet.
You and your fucking aimbot.
Yeah, my quick scope. Oh, he got me. That guy got me real nice. Like,
Real nice. Yeah, yeah. Wise guy, eh?
yeah, Shane. Remember that? Was it that cartoon called Top Cops or something? What was it
I
called?
don't remember, but it came to my head when you said that. So
Yeah, Cops maybe even. It was like that. Pretty
you already-
pretty hard graphics, if you know what I mean by that. Like it was like everything was just like hard lines. I love saving up my XP like I'm gonna send someone on a vacation. Here, we're gonna buy that with XP. Yeah, it's 20,000 for it in this one. Is it 20 in this one or 15? And I always forget. Not gonna make it. Let's go. Let's go. Just freaking mow down the zombies. You know what's tricky too is if you play the MP5 and then the AKM back to back, the difference in the ammo size will screw you up too. Well, it does me anyways. Oh, sometimes they just don't die though. Oh, come on.
East Coast always in me, Commonwealth, Lil Joe, getting love from my city. Yeah. I roll call for the DMV. In my own lane, you could still ride with me. Yeah. Lord knows I made mistakes. You won't end, but it's too late. I don't need your support just to know I'm important. I will never sell myself short, 'cause I know you.
My favorite part of the game is when the zombies just do a stupid crumple. Or they do like the other day they were doing some next level like Cirque du Soleil type flips. Oh boy.
I be in my own space of mind, making boss moves in my own time, and I got my own rush. Find me all alone, I'm on the road. I had to take a couple hits, a couple stones, but targets I don't ever miss. They wanna know. Let me give you this game for free. Know you see me on the come up.
Get back there, you little punk. You punk zombie.
3 minutes left. 3 minutes left for 1,000 to be done, guys.
Getting
How do
there,
y'all have
getting
aim
there.
assist on mine? Mine doesn't work.
This is not aim assist. This is me aiming.
Yeah, he is the aim assist, is what he's trying to say.
Oh my god, I almost did it. At least you see, I turned around and snapshot that guy. Oh my god, I'll just do that Wanted movie, throw one down the map.
Right.
Oh, die, zombie scum! Come on. That guy almost got me. Came out of the alleyway. I didn't expect him to be there. Oh, I'm freaking... you stupid idiot. Oh my god, I'm like, well, I guess I'm missing these guys. I wasn't paying attention at all to my ammo count.
When gun mode, KG. When gun mode. Firearm roulette mode.
Yeah, you still with us, KG?
Of course he is. He's just working.
I won't even be able to see if he does answer, but...
You only got 20 seconds. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
On the last second, I got one even. 368, I'll take that, whatever. That's a good score. If I didn't run out of ammo for 20 seconds, I would have been a lot better than that. Nice, 1,000, baby.
Congrats on the 1,000 rounder.
Shot in it. Thanks, brother. Thank you, thank you. Glad that the right people were here to see it. That's really good. Now it's like, I'm like, oh, yes, I finally got there. Yeah, Diamond Hands. I'm in great company up there in that challenge completed category.
The elitists.
That's like I mean, like, that's when I was playing. I'm just playing along, and I had a flashback. I'm like, wait a minute, Diamond Hands was the 1,000 was the 1,000 guy.
So, all right, guys, we appreciate you all for hanging out, giving us the love, being here for 2.5 hours today. Good one, good one. Now an hour that was an AMA, so we didn't have to fill that in. We only really did an hour and a half of our own time, but hey, every day is another day. We had a good chunk of viewers today from all 3 platforms. We had people check in from YouTube and Twitch. We appreciate you guys for hanging out again. Thanks for staying. Had to stay and watch. Very proud of you, man. Man, we're glad to have you. We're proud of you, brother. You came out of nowhere for what you did. So, like, We do this every day from home. You like went out and like shook hands and shit. So that's some shit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good shit, guys. Thank you.
I'm glad you stayed to watch those Diamond Hands. That's like I'm doing. I'm like, okay, I got to make Diamond Hands proud. He's the holder of the title. I've got to at least show a good round. I thought I was gonna die there when that guy came out of the alley, but we made it.
Everybody enjoy their holiday tomorrow if you do celebrate it. If not, enjoy your Thursday because we won't be here for it. At least I won't. I don't know if he'll be streaming or not.
I haven't fully decided. We'll see. It might give me a good day to actually get some stuff done that I have been slacking on in the real world. So it actually is not a bad idea.
All right, guys. Enjoy it. Have a good one.
All right, guys. Peace out. Later.